Christoph, the not German,
Not German.
never pretended to be German, probably thinks his brother's crazy for acting German. Whenever you are ready.
Life has been full of surprises for the both of us. I have no doubt you've never expected to lose that attorney's badge of yours. I'm voicing future Phoenix.
Yeah,
still,
this is future. Yeah.
And I'll bet you never expected to wind up here. Shady Smith was the name of the man you killed. Did you know who he really was? Who he was? Zach Gramery, the defendant.
Honestly, the background music is a lot louder this time. I didn't change anything mixing. So
yeah, that's what, like, when I put my headphones on, it was like blaring on my end. And I know that, and I know you didn't change anything. It's just technology be like that sometimes.
Turn it down
I mean, I adjusted it on my end, so it's not about me.
But it's a little loud on my end, so.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I remember him, of course. Oh, look at that face. That's a new one. But you see, Smith was Zach. Impossible. Don't even try to tell me it was a coincidence. What did I just say? Life is full of surprises, don't you think? After that trial, you were arrested and found guilty. But your motive was never made clear. A mistake I plan to remedy. You're not an attorney anymore, Phoenix, right? What possible conclusion do you think this investigation of yours can lead to? I killed a man named Smith with a bottle because I am an evil human being. Isn't that enough? Not for me, it isn't.
I mean, I don't think that's a motive. You can't just be like, I killed them because I'm evil. Like,
yeah.
If you're evil, you still have a motive. It's just a immoral motive.
Yeah. Like, just you did it because you wanted to. That's still a motive.
Yeah, but even then, that'd be at that point that's maybe a psychopath. But like, I don't.
Yeah.
I think most evil people aren't necessarily a psychopath. It's just like, oh well, I did it to get at money or something. Like there's.
Yeah. It benefited him in some way, whether he wants to like admit it or not. Right. So even at a subconscious level. I need to know why you did it, Gavin.
Like, I did it because I'm evil is very old D&D black and white of evil is just a thing, and if you're evil, then you do evil things.
Yeah. Do you recall that case 7 years ago? Oh, yes. The trial where Zach Emery pulled his famous vanishing act. My brother won his fair share of praise and adoration for that trial, as I recall. Genius prosecutor reveals crooked attorney, was it? That was when I met you, wasn't it? Was it now? The Bar Association Review Board voted unanimously for the strictest punishment.
You know Phoenix said that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Their voices are very, very similar in my head. It's like really hard for me to separate them now. Unanimous. Same for dissenting opinion. Yours. It was my brother who was responsible for putting you in that position after all. For 7 years we've been friends. And yet, I still don't understand you. But right, your friendship toward me was never pure. You suspected me then, as you still do now, don't you? Honestly, right now, I'm not sure what I think. You didn't just brain a guy with a juice bottle for no reason.
Phrasing.
Juiced. Oh, brain a guy. I thought you said juiced a guy.
Not juiced a guy. Oh, that's worse.
Yeah. Tell me why you did it. Persistent, aren't you? I came here because I remembered something. The night of our game. Zach Grammer, you mentioned your name, Gavin. That reminds me. I saw a familiar face as I entered this restaurant. He did not seem to notice me, however. Oh, that was you. Oh no, it's still future. It's not past enough.
Oh yeah. This is
this is future.
This
past.
This is past future.
Past future. It's still future. Not far enough back that he completely changed vocal.
Yeah, not far enough back
register.
that I turned into you.
Yeah. I love that I'm the inevitable path of evolution. You've heard of carcinogenesis. Now get ready for inherogenesis. Gavin, I believe was his name. After that, he was killed, and I asked you to help me. Because I remembered your kindness back when everybody had turned on me. I seem to be in a bit of trouble. Something like that. Dead. Someone hit him. Hard. Me? Please. The cops should be any minute. I'm in your hands. Should it come to that. I have to know. Why did you kill Shady Smith? No. Zach Gramery. Oh.
Well, those are different colors.
I've never seen Cyclops like these.
Why does he have different Cyclops? What does that even mean?
I was gonna say, right? They're black. Normally they're red, right?
Yeah.
Dark, cold, full of despair.
I think usually they're red and black, not like black and gold.
Black and gold. He's just a shiny. It's the 1 in 3,674 or whatever. Can I even unlock these things? Something wrong, right? No, it's nothing. You shouldn't push yourself so hard. Life's to be taken easy, you know?
Oh, he has that.
Nail
I just
polish.
noticed on his table.
He's doing his nails. What an ally. Phoenix didn't even judge him on it.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's just doing a clear coat, given his fingernails are definitely...
Yeah, but like you would think that, you know, oh, a man put a nail polish on.
Well, listen, I mean, we already know Nick is like probably bi. Like, let's be honest. He's not gay. He genuinely had a thing with Dahlia Hawthorne. Iris,
I don't think that
Hawthorne.
he's gay. 100%.
But he's also definitely not straight.
Yeah, he is on the queer spectrum for sure. As are
I don't think we can
most
lock
people
that.
in the universe. Oakley dokley. Although I will tell you one thing. I have a theory. You ready? You ready for this theory? You want me to put a pin on it?
Go on.
I think Christoph did it all. With that nail polish bottle, he sealed his fate. Because I think what had happened was he gave the bottle of nail polish to Vera. Was that her name?
Yeah.
And she that was her lucky charm. Like if she ever had to go outside, she was supposed to put the nail polish on, and the nail polish had etherquinine, which is why she got poisoned at the thing, because we made her nervous, so she started biting her nails with the poison on her nails.
Oh, that's a thing.
Listen. This game, there's no coincidences. Why does Gavin have the exact same shape like nail polish bottle? Did he buy it from the same store? I don't think so. That's not how any of this works.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
how
that's
any of this
I'm pretty
works.
sure that's a one of a kind nail polish bottle.
One of a kind. Well, two of a kind, because Vera has. That's the right hand, and Vera
No,
has the left
this
hand.
is the same one.
It's the same one. After she died, she like went and grabbed it. He went and grabbed it back.
They
She
just
didn't die. It was not a lethal.
he can
amount.
just summon it back to him whenever he wants. It's his pact weapon.
Yeah, it's just he binded it to him. That's so funny. Oh, that's such a good idea. Have you ever thought of that?
What?
In like a D&D campaign, you bind a weapon to somebody and then you bind a weapon to yourself, give it to an assassin, the assassin kills the person, and then you recall the weapon. So then if the people try to check the assassin, he doesn't have it on him.
You could do some interesting things with resummoning that.
Yeah.
You could sabotage like an opponent in the long term, and then when they try to fight,
because you could like grab their weapon before the battle starts and bind it to yourself.
like especially if you could have you bind their weapon, but you don't even have to do that right away. You could do that later on while they're when they're in a critical moment. And just pull it from them, because at that point they might not have anything at backup.
Yeah. That's very good.
That would be a really great like finale to like a big boss thing to like
Oh yeah.
summon the
Or-
weapon, especially if you can do it without the rest of the party knowing too that you binded it.
Yeah. What if you can convince your DM that like if you're like a Goliath, right? You're like a really big person. If you can convince your DM that one of your like smaller party members can functionally be a weapon as far as you're concerned, and bind them to you.
As somebody who's not a DM, but I've like tinkered with the idea. I don't think I would. I think that at most it'd be an improvised weapon. I don't think you can bind an improvised weapon.
I mean, you can in Baldur's Gate. I know it's not the same, but you definitely can in Baldur's Gate. Because you can bind a salami. Somebody beat the game with just salami.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right? No, it brings up a lot of interesting questions. Comment down below. What do you think? People who play TTRPGs.
If I was feeling like a particularly cruel DM, I could say I'd allow it, but then end up like being like, yeah, but the teleporter, like, you're not meant to summon a person through that, so you just killed them.
Yeah. You just get like a glop of flesh on the other end.
Like, but that'd be probably meaner than I would ever be as a DM. So
Yeah. I mean, I think like it depends. Like,
at least without
ultimately, right,
warning.
it's the rule of cool. Like, how cool would it be for that to happen, right? Like, if it was just like, oh, you just want to be like a little chaos goblin, then sure, right? Like, I'm gonna limit it. But if it's like you said, if it's like the big bad and everybody is like giving it their all, and at the last second, you know, like the halfling that swore that they would do the killing blow is like too far away
But,
to
like-
do it, and just you as like that one last thing, you just called him towards you, and he gets to like get his comeuppance. Oh, I'm getting tingles just thinking about
I mean,
it.
you could just do so many. You could like have somebody that like through like a lot enlarging stuff, just make them massive and have them bind with something that wouldn't normally be a weapon. Some like, I don't know, a giant like statue or something.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then like when you're just normal size, you just do that, just crush the thing in front of you with it. Like,
Yeah, that'd be so dope. That'd be so dope.
like I've never thought of it, but you could probably, with some DM permission, do some pretty insane things with packed weapon.
Yeah. No, for sure. For sure. Like,
It is I'm somebody who's
even
played
know.
Warlock a lot. I've never considered it, because pack weapon is a very bread and butter, like when you have the pact of the right
Yeah.
pact. It's like something that is so everyday use that I wouldn't consider using it creatively.
Yeah. Like you could like freeze an entire like lake of water into like a point, grab onto it, pack bind to it, and then go to a desert and then like summon it over there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of like, what is a weapon? But sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it could be like a blunt weapon, like a lake. You know, you freeze it into like a club.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I am not as minutia interested of a DM as necessary to answer this question, because I am a DM.
Yeah.
For those who don't know. But yeah, I just like, for me it's always a rule of cool. Like, is it funny and or cool for a person to do that thing? Yeah. Does it matter if it's in the rules? No, I don't care. I think it's cool. So you can do it. You know.
Okay.
Plus it's always like, I'm really big on like communal, right? Like I always like with my players, you know, like I always want everybody's unanimous approval of a decision, even if the game doesn't allow it. If everybody's okay with it, then everybody's okay with it. You know?
Yeah, but sometimes for these cool moments, it has to be one-on-one with the DM and player, because it's sometimes
no, for sure,
cool
yeah,
to,
as
like,
a surprise, yeah.
As somebody who absolutely always bakes stuff into my characters at this point that are like twists that the rest of the party has to discover organically, like. Yeah, there's just some fun in that, and them just discovering something cool you had done. So.
Okay. That envelope's been bothering me since I came in here. It's not nice to pick out other people's mail. You get mail here in jail? That I do, though they read it at first, apparently. Still, I am allowed the pleasure of correspondence. Packages and the like are a different matter, however. Looks like sneaking a peek is out of the question. You're thinking, what self-respecting man will use nail polish? Not really. I know appearances are a big thing with you. You know what I say. One cannot live a beautiful life without beautiful nails. First rate in all things. Absolutely nothing less.
Absolutely.
Except nothing less. Thank you. Thank you. That certainly does look like a first-rate nail polish. I like the sparkly bottle. It's crystal. If you're so drawn to it, please have one. It's on me.
Okay.
Gavin, what?
It looks like you only have one. It looks like you only have one.
Yeah, have one. You're implying that you have other bottles other places? Nice roses. Taking care of this one here? Ah, yes, she's surprisingly delicate, you know. Requires careful tending, but she's my best friend, as they say. Best? Come on, now I'm starting to feel bad for you. Oh? Of course. She's known to bite if handled roughly. Your rose bites?
It's the figure of speech, Nick.
I was speaking of the photo next to the rose. My retriever, Vangoli, cute but feisty. Every dog has its thorns. The insult that we don't get to see Vangoli. Show us the dog. Shutakumi, re-release this game and show us the dog.
Shutakumi's not involved anymore.
Shutakumi, come back to the franchise and show us the dog.
It would
strange,
just,
you know.
It would just be Missile again, though.
It would just be.
That's the only dog that he will portray in media. Which fine. His loyalty to Missile. His loyalty to Missile is probably reciprocated, or it was, but.
Oh, you would love this dish.
What?
It's an Italian pasta dish consisting of spaghetti noodles cooked with fresh clams.
What, Vangoli?
Yeah.
Sure, probably. Maybe. I mean, clams are hit and miss for me, so. Okay.
It's strange, you know? Here I am in solitary, yet these books keep piling up. Looks like you've got more than books up there. Ah, yes, my collection. I've a few friends on the prison staff. They show me a little kindness. Just a little?
Okay. Oh, might as well check his chair before we go.
That's some chair. Just looking at it makes me want to take a seat. You'd probably have to add a whole digit to the price of one of my office chairs. In here, a comfortable chair is the most valuable thing in the world.
I feel you don't get comfortable chairs in jail. That defeats the purpose.
Yeah. You'd have to add 2 digits to the price of the standard prison issue chair for this. Those prison chairs don't look too bad either. Maybe I should redecorate.
Why? Why do you get so cushy? Like, what kind of punishment is this? I guess you're in solitary, so, like, that probably is a punishment in its own, mentally, but, like... Okay, I'm gonna guess we have to go back to Drew's studio now that we have that nail polish. Cause we had something to Magatama. I don't remember what.
Magatama.
The client.
The client.
You seem to trust this client quite a lot, in fact. Because they gave you this stamp?
No, that's not why. They listen to me, to my problem.
The problem that keeps her inside all the time?
Don't go outside if you don't want to. That's what they told me. But when I absolutely have to go out, all I had to do was use my good luck charm.
A good luck charm that your client gave you? I think I know what your client might have given you, actually. Is this your good luck charm?
How do we have access to this in the past?
Time travel?
How do...
The Mason system?
Not how any of this works!
The Mason system!
Yeah, but like the subtext is that this already happened.
I mean,
is this like a zero time dilemma situation where we're actually just creating alternate universes that are all canonically happening at the same time?
The Mason system.
You can't just the Mason system this. It's the nail polish, but you can't just the Mason system this.
This was what they gave you, wasn't it?
Ah.
I got this in the future.
It looks like it's from 7 years in the future.
The same bottle's over there on your desk. The exact same bottle.
Oh,
I brought this through time.
Ow!
Your good luck charm, right? If I break it right now, then you will no longer have it.
No, that's not how that works. It's from the future.
He just shatters it there. Oh wait,
yeah,
what'd that do?
That didn't do anything because that's a future instance of that bottle. You have to break hers, and then yours would disappear.
I'm not a temporal physicist.
But then you would never have it, so then you can never break it. So then it creates a bootstring paradox, right? Is that what it is?
Bootstring or bootstrap? You're thinking bootstrap is when the instance of it causes itself, I believe.
Oh, okay. So no, it's not that. It's not that. It's like the opposite. It's the instance of getting. It's like the Marty McFly of it all. It's the Marty McFly paradox. He had sex with his own grandma and erased himself from.
You can't say that on stream.
Oh, it's an adult stream.
Yeah.
I just said it the one time. That's our one.
Also, I thought that was Futurama.
That is also Futurama, but it was also Back to the Future.
Yeah, but Futurama, it gave him like a special brain waves or something. It canonically did. He wasn't able to be affected by the brain things purely because he did that.
Yeah. I heard once cosmetic was once thought to ward off evil. This is a magic bottle. It has the power.
I mean, it is pretty magic. Like, it can time travel. Of course it does. I'll just refrain from commenting any more on that one. It's starting to hurt my head. I think I know who gave you that bottle, actually. The one who asked you to do this job. Was this the client? You're like, no,
Yeah.
he was way younger than this.
Yeah, he looks about 7 years older, but maybe that's his dad.
His dad's only 7 years older. It's his older brother.
No, some people just age very well.
This man is a friend of mine. Know him?
Mm.
His name is Christoph Gavin. He's a lawyer, actually. Was he a lawyer 7 years ago, though, when he was 18?
Yeah. No, he's 25.
No, 7
He's
years
32
ago.
in the
Oh,
he's 32 in the current time.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this is the
This keeps tracks with their actual age.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. Trucy's not 8 years old in the future. That would be very bad.
True.
I promised. I promised not to tell.
I mean, you didn't tell, I guessed.
I had the future information to justify my logic.
Should go play the lottery.
Man. If only. I'm sorry, I can't talk about the client. I promised. If I break my promise, the spell won't work.
I don't need a name anymore. I got my answer. You're pretty confident in this charm, then.
I think they might be the devil.
Huh?
Or maybe an angel.
They did it.
An angle.
What do you mean?
I saw it, or I think I saw it, when they gave me this. I saw the devil's face.
And you took it? She just
Listen.
casually child makes a pact with a demon.
Yeah.
It's like,
The devil went down to Japanifornia. He was looking for a soul to steal.
I thought maybe I could be a warlock.
I mean, yeah, that's her pact.
This is my pact
Like-
weapon.
Yeah. That's how you binded yourself to the warlock.
Are you saying the client's face looked like the devil's?
No, the client was gentle, with a gentle smile.
Like the devil? Like, I feel like that's literally how they describe how the devil's supposed to appear.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's biblically accurate devil.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be very charismatic,
Yeah.
and charming, and beautiful.
so where do you see this devil then?
It was so quick, I don't remember well. But that's when I knew that person wasn't like the other people. That's why I believe in my good luck charm.
I'm not sure what this devil she saw was, but it's pretty clear that Christoph Gavin has her charmed.
Mm?
I don't like how I put that in quotes.
Yeah, I don't like how you put that in quotes either, Phoenix.
Well, I think that's all. I'll be leaving now.
I am sorry for what happened.
If you want to apologize, try my client, Zach Gramery. Oh, you can't. He's dead. Wait, is he dead?
He disappeared.
He will be dead by the time
He
I
will
get
be
this
dead in
bottle.
7 years' time. Did I do something bad?
What makes you think that?
Your eyes, they're sad. Very sad.
I'll put on my smile next time I come. Promise. I hope to see you smile then too, Vera.
Oh, okay.
No! Next time! Stop it! Take care.
Yeah. Next time.
I want to see it right now.
Mm.
Thinking back on my first encounter with the young Forger, I witnessed something of vital importance that day. Of course, by the time I realized it, it was already too late.
I think I was supposed to say those lines because of Livewire. Remember, your Baja Blast.
Oops.
Listen, one day we'll figure it out.
I think
they got
detention
one more
center.
thing in the past.
Yeah, I think no. Oh, we can go to a new place here. Or no, we can't yet.
No.
I think maybe we can break this now.
Maybe. I don't even know what we need to break there, to be honest. Like, I know who, but I don't know what.
He had a pretty beefy one because it had 4 locks, but I don't know where else we can go now. Where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
What is that, Arby's?
Wendy's, actually.
It's Wendy's?
I believe so.
I thought that was like, crap, I don't fresh, never frozen. I guess that's not a slogan.
Fresh, never frozen? That's newer.
Trick up his sleeve. I'm flying by the seat of my pants on this one. There must be a path leading from the evidence to the truth. And that's what I'm going to find. To ask someone to take...
as a slogan for the fast food chain Wendy's in 1984.
1984. Yeah, like, assuming the world actually existed back then. I have no memory of it.
That's the thing. It's because they, like, other burgers, like, their patties were smaller, so the old ladies were like, "Where's the beef?" And then they would show Wendy's burgers, and their burgers were outside of the bun, so they were like, "There's the beef."
Outside of the bun because they have a different shape than the bun.
Listen.
Weird square burgers.
American psychology is very manipulative.
All psychology is. Don't just blame Americans there. That's psychology.
Listen, that's regular psychology, but let me tell you, it works especially well in Americans because you show me a burger with the beef sticking out of it, and I'm like, that looks like a good burger.
I'll be like, why is the bun so small?
yeah, you are very evolved in that way. You would just question that irrationally small bun. I would see it as like, ooh, that's a lot of beef on that burger.
Listen, if I'm cheating and having all those carbs, give me more.
Yeah, I like it.
Give me square buns.
Square buns. You've cracked the code. SpongeBob? Is that what you said?
SpongeBob Square Buns.
SpongeBob Square Buns? That's probably an episode. You gotta be careful.
No, that's just when he's not wearing pants, so he's not SpongeBob Square Pants.
Very funny. I like it.
To ask someone to take a life, even one not long for this world, that's asking someone to commit murder.
That's you.
Oh yeah. Yes, our mentor was fond of dramatic moves and dramatic finales. And he got his wish. His life was taken. What weakness could be so powerful as to coerce someone into committing murder? I guess it was a matter of life. Or death.
Ooh.
Care to explain? Your troupe lived in a world of showmanship. The flashier, the better. And flashy so often means danger, doesn't it? Let us make this as painless as possible. If you have proof of this danger, then show it. Do we?
Do we have proof of the danger?
Do we?
Is it the gun? Did you save?
I saved, but,
Yeah, it's like flashier the better, right? So, like, the gun.
I guess it does fire a real bullet. So I guess that's danger. Danger? Oh, I got scared for a second.
I know.
Why, that's one of ours. Specially designed for your show, I gather. A single bullet. One shot. What are you suggesting? We are magicians, Mr. Wright, not murderers. I mean, one of you is statistically a murderer. I'm not crying murder, Mr. Valent. I'm crying something far more tragic. An accidente. A carmine accident.
No. I can't. I every time I try to forget about
You shall
how
never.
terrible
You shall never forget.
I love him. Like, I love him to this day. He's my favorite character in the entire
Did
franchise.
they ever even show him?
Yeah. They show him for like a couple of minutes at the beginning.
Okay, I thought they just had him sign a letter.
No. They show him even getting into the titular Carmine Accidenti.
Into the car accidente.
Yeah.
Zach and Valance, quick draw, shoot him. How long has it been since those shots were last heard? Was the shoot him canceled because someone might get hurt? Of course. What other reason could there be? Well, it could have been canceled because someone had already been hurt. Fascinating, my fortune-forging friend.
That's him.
You're kind of off camera a bit.
Oh, other way. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hard to tell. It looks like Sherlock Holmes from here, but
He really does. A lot of people are comparing him on the internet to him.
But tell me, what can you prove with a single pistol? Can you say?
No, they're saying, are they related?
Ah.
Could be.
Well, tell me what would happen if there had been an accidente. What if one of your bullets took life on stage? The performance of magic is not concerned with what-ifs. It is concerned with precision. Precisely whom do you claim we shot? Looks like I've chosen the right path. Let's just hope he walks it with me. Life was sacrificed so that the show might go on. And this shows who it was.
The locket? With the Lassa?
The lock. Oop, I didn't mean to. Oh, I'm gonna open it. But that's Zach Gramercy's wife and Trucy's mother.
Have we established that they were married, or they could have just conceived Trucy? They didn't have to be married.
Well, I thought you need to be married to conceive. Then why am I marrying Edgeworth?
Oh boy, Edgeworth is on the back, just like hand on head, just like this idiot. I fucking love this idiot.
Lassa, I believe was her name. Ah,
like who?
Alakazog!
Who's gonna carry the baby, Edgeworth? He's like, what do you mean? Like we'll take turns. You can take turns? It's like,
listen, I thought we were gonna sword fight to see who. you know, like banana slugs.
But gross. I'm upset that Phoenix knows about the reproductive rights of banana slugs, but doesn't know about the reproductive rights of humans.
Well, he learned banana slugs, and he just assumed that everything worked like that, and stopped there.
I mean, that's one way to do it. That's one way to do it.
But how can you say this? How can you say she was struck by one of our bullets? Still in denial mode, eh? Celeste was at the greatest risk of being shot. And this clearly shows just how much danger she was in.
The stamp? Because she's in the middle? What the frick?
I mean, she was in the middle in the act, they said.
That's what I'm saying, she's in the middle! If it's a stamp, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to leave the room. I
guess you might as well try. Troop Gramercy's performances were very, very popular. So popular, they even made a commemorative stamp at the height of her fame.
That's so...
She was in the middle of the stamp, so she must have been in the most danger.
That's so crazy. Like, wait, like, the... Literally...
Listen, we still don't know where it's actually going.
That's... If this was not a video game, I would look at Phoenix and I'd be like, excuse me? That's your solid argument? That she's in a stamp? That's how you know we shot her?
Yeah.
She's in a stamp.
They shot her and put her in the stamp. How do you think she got in there?
Yeah, Phoenix is like, now release her from the stamp.
Release her from the stamp now, or I shall lick it.
Like, by all means, my good man.
We're not merely the latest craze. We were an age. A golden age.
I call the guy with the hat. What's his name? Here's the best one.
Odd Job, the one that's
Odd Job. Yeah, he was the
like
best.
Cheating because he's shorter.
Yeah, because he's shorter than everybody else.
So you have to aim downward, otherwise you miss. I think he's banned.
In the meta.
Listen, it doesn't matter who you pick. I'm not going to be able to hit you in that game. I suck. It's all here on the stamp. There's Thalassa, yeah? Yes? Drushy's mother is missing, I hear. What happened to her? I don't know!
She's in the stamp.
A part of his memory is still locked up. Also, I didn't see what the heck that stamp proved in the argument, but sure.
Literally nothing. Literally nothing. The question was, why would she be the one that got shot? And then we showed the stamp.
Yeah, I showed the stamp and essentially was like, she's missing, isn't she?
She's missing.
He was like, I was like, what would the stamp have to do with anything? We already
has nothing to do.
Showed her picture.
Yeah, is it because we could have just showed the profile?
Is it because we needed a picture to be like, look, she was in the troop?
Probably,
that's dumb.
Honestly.
They already basically said she was in the troop, but sure.
Yeah.
There's one thing you're failing to address. What's that? As you say, our troop was a world unto itself. If our leader, Magnifi, was so inclined, he could hide anything he wished with ease. But Mr. Wright, then he would have hit a crime, making him an accomplice. Not a great foundation for blackmail. Valent's got a point. If one of the troop members died in an accident and Magnifi covered it up, his innocence would come into question. Found the right address, Mr. Wright? So close. There has to be something. Also, that joke was very dumb, Valent. About how Thalassa's death could affect Zack and Valent's relationship with Magnifi. I see it in your eyes. You still have something to say. How can you possibly prove more than you already have? I'll prove why Thalassa's accident tied your hands so completely.
With a person?
Is it because it was the daughter? Did we ever use this for anything?
We gotta give it to Trucy in the future.
But we got it in the future, didn't we?
Yeah. But we gotta give it to Trucy. Trucy hasn't received it yet. I mean, she kind of did, but like she was told not to. She'll know when to open it.
Do you have any guesses or?
I think it's with a person, and I think it's her.
Okay, crap. Everything's set up. Okay, protect, forge evidence in court. Cool.
Like, I think it's with a person, and then you gotta show Thalassa again.
I mean, we haven't shown her profile yet, but I mean, we've also shown her 3 different ways at this point, so.
Yeah.
It's going to take a little knowledge of the players to crack this one. The accidental death of Zack's wife tied both your hands. And this information proves why Magnifi held so much power over you.
Whereabouts currently unknown?
It wasn't a question of who shot Thalassa. It was the question of when shot Thalassa.
When shot Thalassa? What shot Thalassa?
No, that makes sense.
What, Phoenix? How shot Thalassa?
Why shot Thalassa?
Ace detective work.
Thalassa herself was the problem. She's the problem, it's her. What do you mean?
Phoenix Wright's gonna get a letter of litigation from...
This song hasn't even been written yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say Taylor Swift is gonna get on the Mason system, go back in time to sue him.
She was Zach Grammary's wife, Trucy's mother, and Magnifi Grammary's only daughter. Urk! There was a terrible accident, and the two of you killed your mentor's only daughter. If that wasn't the key to Magnifi's power over you, I don't know what was. It was an accident.
Look at those little flags. You got Mexico, America, Japan.
They're gone.
They're all gone.
Blackmail. There's no proof, none at all. But Thalassa went missing. And your mentor blackmailed both of his disciples. And maybe she went blind from getting shot in the face.
That's how getting shot in the face works. You have no scarring whatsoever, but you do go blind.
I mean, I'm assuming that's why she's blind.
Well, yeah, I think that I also assume that it's correct. If anything, okay, all jokes aside, serious cap on. She could have got blind if she was shot in the back of the head and it didn't penetrate, but somehow the bullet was left lodged in or a part of it, so the brain, there's like a neuronic disconnect between the occipital lobe and the rest of the brain. So if she were to get surgery to remove that broken or like lodged piece, then she would regain her eyesight, theoretically.
Well, if she was standing between them in a show or rehearsal, she wouldn't be facing either of them. So it'd shoot her in the side of the head.
Yeah.
So like I am not the type of person to ask this or answer this, but like if it was like shot like at near the front where the eyes are, like plastic surgery might be able to reconstruct the face, but you'd lose your vision.
Yeah, I guess depending on how blind she is. But she also has like a surgery that she could get to like be able to see again.
True. She also has memory loss.
Yeah.
The surgery to see again, it is in the future. It takes place in 2025. They might have the technology to like reverse any blindness with enough money.
Yeah, we got 6 months to get there.
No, I think this is further into. It's not just the start of 2025. We might have more,
theoretically, we have 6 months and a year to get there.
It doesn't take a genius to put 1 and 1 together. That equals 2. I think. Wait, let me write it down. Make sure. Carry the 1.
Axel voice. 2.
Ours was a complex family. You weren't the part of their family, actually, dude. You just killed his daughter.
Well, that's the best type of family.
You mean Troop Grammary? The master, Magnifi Grammary, only has only daughter and his 2 disciples. That does sound like a recipe for disaster, doesn't it? Do not be tempted into faulty flights of fancy. Yes, there was an accidente. But that is all it was. An accidente. Zack and Valence, tour de force. The guns blaze, the bullets fly, straight toward that beautiful body on stage. And then crash, zing, pow, into everything but her. Now that is magic. Okay, but it did go into her, so like, not everything but her. It happened one day when we were practicing. Same trick with a new twist. And tragedy, because the twist was we shot her in the head. What the heck? But it's for the
Yeah,
bullet.
she, like, levitated like 17 feet up in the air.
Was it the force of the bullet?
Can you
Knocked
imagine?
her upward.
The bullet is so freaking dense that it like launched her up in the air.
Yeah, but the angle would have been straight forward, so just like 90 degrees upward.
Yeah.
But as for whose bullet stole Thalassa's life, we shall never know the answer, because she was raptured immediately as it happened.
Yeah.
Thalassa disappeared from our lives, and Zack was bereft of his wife.
That has to be what happened. She must have gotten raptured because, like, what? How else? Like, the ambulance comes, you can go to the hospital that she was in. Like, you could ride with her.
She was just
in
gone.
Situations.
I don't know what to tell you. Magic.
Magic. She literally just. Poof.
Trucy lost her mother, and Magnifi his daughter. And
His wife? Like,
lost somebody that I vaguely knew. It was the worst of all.
the worst of all.
And that led to blackmail, I take it. It is all part and parcel of the darkness that comes when the curtain falls.
Could you imagine, though? Your daughter gets hot murdered. And then you want, like, your way to exit the world, you want it to be the exact same way? Like, that's dramatic. Like,
okay, well, they said he was
living for the
dramatic.
drama of it.
So. They said he was dramatic, so.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he lives for the drama.
The darkness. Why did Magnifi Grammar try to cover up the accidente, as you call it? It was his own daughter who died. All I can say was it was a critical time for Troop Grammary. A passing of the torch from Magnifi to Zack and Valent. We all sacrificed so that it might be a success. Thalassa's death was the greatest sacrifice of all. Yet, even when her life was extinguished, her presence was not. What do you mean? She became a spirit! In time, we, myself and Zack, found we could no longer oppose Magnifi's wishes. Magnifi forced us to perform his art for his benefit. I see. I guess I can understand.
Thalassa's sight is now ready.
No, it never will be. It's on endless cooldown.
Cooldown. Yeah.
I mean, he did lose his only daughter. But do you not find cowardice in his actions? Huh? To decide to hide the truth of your own daughter's death is one thing. I mean, that's a pretty big thing. That's a pretty big one thing. But then to hang that death as a guillotine above our heads. I feel like covering up the death is still worse. Things were dark behind the scenes in Troop Grammary, that's for sure. Does Trucy know? She was not told, naturally. Why would I freaking tell an 8-year-old that I shot her mother? Who would want to know that their father might have taken their mother's life? True. I had not thought of that accidente for a very long time. I'm sorry to dredge up old memories, but this has helped a lot. Not to find Magnifi's slayer, I should think. True. Ah. After that accidente, there was one who came sniffing quite persistently. A reporter? That, like, with a nose that would get abnormally big and red when he sniffed.
And a face that was made out of Play-Doh?
Oh, I don't remember his face. I blacked out the rest of it. He called himself a newsman at the time. Often I spied him lurking around the dressing room doing his research. Would you happen to remember his name? What was his name? Sorry, I have forgotten. But in the course of his interviewing, he became quite close to my partner, Zach. Come on, let us just present the name. I liked him not. I see. His name? I do not recall. But his scent! The cloying aroma of mint. It's weirder to remember, okay?
Yeah.
Yes, whenever he smiled, which was far too often. God, I wish he would never smile. I see. Thanks for your help. It does no good to interfere with the past, Mr. Wright. You will not uncover answers, only wounds. You don't know how much I'm interfering with the past right now. I'm sorry. Livewire.
Livewire. I had begun to notice a dark curtain hanging above Troop Gambry, and I began to realize what I had to do. I had to protect Trucy from that darkness. The reporter you mentioned. The newsman. I never learned who that was at the time. Though I've got a pretty good idea who it is now. That smile and the sickly sweet scent of mint. The last floss thin thread connecting Zach Gramery to this world.
Maya Fey.
I'd have to track him down.
Oh. I said Maya Fey.
Maya Fey. It's all a prequel to the first game.
New reporter. No, it's Lotta Heart. Lotta Heart's the reporter.
Oh, yeah, I love it. Hi, y'all. How y'all doing today?
I don't care if some people don't like her. I love Lotta.
This case is sweeter than a big old hunk of cornbread.
Okay, no, her metaphors or similes or whatever that goes are, analogies, they were way worse than that.
They were.
They were like, is that really a thing that they would say?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we go to Drew Studio or Sunshine Coliseum. Those are both new.
Let's go to Drew Studio.
Present day Drew Studio.
Ah!
Eh? Well, what do you have here?
Bushel jump scare. I mean, I did yelp. I was not expecting him.
Nobody expects him ever. His parents didn't even expect him.
Yeah, the mom, she wakes up one day and underneath at her feet, it's just like he has a little notebook already.
He was an accidente.
Yeah, he's notating the moment of his birth.
With a toothbrush.
With a toothbrush.
He was born with a toothbrush in his hand.
I don't like the implication of it. How did the toothbrush get up there, Shad JV?
It was conceived. It's like all the Pokemon that are born with an object.
Like sock and throw, that they're just both, like, they have full-on geese.
I don't think those are closed. I don't think they could take those off. I think that's part of them.
Disgusting.
I mean, I guess there's like weirder things, but
so like Kadabra that has a spoon, but it's not born with the spoon.
No, it gets the spoon as it evolves.
Yeah, I think a spoon just.
But like Timber, which just with a big old log in its arm.
It's just born with a log, and the log evolves with him. So yeah, I guess that checks out.
This is your line.
Oh, remember me.
Of course I remember you. Journalist meets ex-attorney in bar, end quote. I had no idea how to turn that into a, Coco song, so.
Ooh, I appreciate that you got the reference.
Listen, I don't think any Pixar movie made me more emotional than Coco.
I cried so hard. Don't even.
I watched it like 3 times now, and every single time, like, dude.
I'm getting emotional. It's so good.
And in multiple sections, it's not like it's one scene.
No, yeah, like throughout the film, you're just crying. Can I ask what you're doing here? Mr. Mission was poisoned, and his daughters.
Oh, yes, I know. Oh, how I know, yes. It caused me no end of grief, to be honest. Journalist wishes he'd tracked down Case just a little quicker. End quote.
Were you on the trail of this case the whole time?
Zach Gramery was a good friend. You know what I mean.
Yeah, that's fair.
He may have crossed brushes once or twice.
Ah! Like banana slugs. You know what I mean? No, Spark, no. I don't know what you mean. Zach said something to that effect back at the Barshboro Club.
What a character, what a man.
What a man, what a man, what a man, what a man.
If a little, know a lot. Now extremely rough around the edges.
I bet. Do you think I could ask you a few questions?
Oh, are you serious? I mean, I'm usually the interviewer, not the interviewee. Just a minute, I need a really quick check for breast cancer. Journalists ask questions, not the other way around. End quote. Yeah. Fine, shoot, I don't care. People have been asking me all sorts of things lately.
Boop, boop, boop.
Family of foragers.
It was tragic what happened to Drew Misham and his daughter.
Forgery is a serious crime, and they paid the price. You know what really did them in, though, don't you?
Yes, a forged diary page.
That night I interviewed him, I found out something about Mr. Misham I hadn't known.
What's that?
You know, he always felt like he was being watched. Every day, for 7 years. Walls of ears, potatoes of eyes. End quote.
Being watched? You mean he felt guilty?
No, I'm not talking about feelings here. Facts don't care about your feelings.
Huh?
You know, I felt watched, too. You smell it? You smell being watched?
No, I can't say I do, Spark. No,
The whole time I've been on this case, no less. Oh, I thought I smelled breast cancer, to be honest. Journalist gets tingling sensation on back of neck, freaks out. End quote.
Because you felt guilty?
Why would I feel guilty?
I feel like you were being watched, huh? I wonder what it all means.
Did we just click a thing? I guess I got replaced. Oh, okay.
Drew Mission felt like he was being watched. And you along with him. You sure it wasn't just nerves?
Nerves? No, it's nothing so mundane. I stopped paying attention to my nerves a long time ago. But I felt it too. Journalist sure he is being watched, end quote. Don't you wonder why Zach Gramery got rubbed out after 7 years?
Please don't use that phrase, Brushel.
You got rubbed out.
Right after coming into contact with me?
Please don't say that, Brushel.
Got rubbed out right after coming in contact with him.
He completely vanishes from that courtroom. Then, for 7 years, he talks to no one, not a soul. Then, just as the remaining time was almost up, he contacts me in order to have this made.
And then he dies.
Trying to put the pieces together, are we?
You were being watched this whole time?
Maybe it's just me. Maybe not just me. Maybe you were, too.
Me?
Went Zach through that case, actually.
You mean the shooting of Magnifique Grammary?
No, before that. It's not widely known.
You mean the accident during the quick draw shoot 'em practice?
Yes, I was there. I'm always there. My, you're well informed. You should have seen me back then. I dug up quite the scoop. I wanted it all. Money, fame, woman, a little puppy, all for me. No, actually, I don't want a little puppy. That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
I want to play with a little puppy.
I was gonna say, as somebody who has dogs who were puppies at different points in time in their lives.
I mean, my family's dog is only like, I think 17 months now. He's technically full grown, but he's still a puppy. And he's still a lot of work.
Your family's dog is also definitely, I forgot all about it. Yeah, you definitely, you know the ups and downs of having a puppy dog.
I'm lucky enough to, I mean, he's still a little skittish, but I'm lucky enough to kind of get to play with him without having to do the brunt work because I don't live there. But
yeah.
But like, yeah, no, I don't, at this point in time, I don't want a puppy. That's a lot of work. I just want to play with puppies.
Yeah.
I was younger then, and my days and nights smelled of fresher mint than they do now.
Fallon Kramer did mention one particularly nosy reporter.
What do you say about my nose?
It smelled of mint.
In fact, I was on close speaking terms with the Magnifique Grammary at the time. And he was a daughter too, of course. Thalassa, was it?
Really?
Then Thalassa disappeared, quite suddenly at that. And Magnifique wouldn't say a word about it. Yeah, evil habit got the better of me. Journalist catches scent of a scoop, goes on feeding frenzy. End quote. I set up a one-on-one interview with Thalassa's husband, see?
Zach Grammary.
Something strange was in the air over at Troop Grammary in those days. The whole screwy mentor-controlling disciple scene started by then, I'm guessing. Thalassa, she was part of it all, right? Come on, you can tell me. Off the record.
As he's like furiously riding onto his arm.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry about it. I'm writing something else. This is my grocery list.
Are you just writing toothpaste 17 different times?
Oh no, I have enough toothpaste for life. I don't need more.
Well, sorry. Don't know.
Anyway, I kept prying and eventually became friends with Zach. Sure, he punched me once or twice, or 5 times. But I liked it. But over time, he came to see me as his confidant. I'm the moon confidant.
What arcana would Brushel be?
I just said, I'm the moon confidant.
Moon? Ugh. Ugh.
I mean, he'd probably be the devil, but I feel like that's cliched, so.
I could see it.
Yeah, but it's not like they haven't done reporter as devil arcana before.
Yeah, they wouldn't do it again because, yeah, it'd be the exact same thing. Like, Brushel and Oya are practically the same person.
I'm trying to think. I'm not good enough with arcana to like put together meaning off the top of my head.
I mean, yeah, I think Moon is fine.
He's been waiting this whole time. 7 years, eh? Actually, maybe I'm the magician arcana.
The best friend.
Wait, that's you. Waiting.
Waiting?
For his big comeback, of course. A big revival of the Magnifi Miracle. Of course, it was all a dream.
Because of this. The performance rights.
In the absence of any official documents, he was golden. Persona 4 golden. Who's to say the old man didn't give his rights to both Zack and Valent?
So Valent waited until Zack died. Legally, at least.
The time finally comes, and Valent's like a kid on Christmas morning.
He's getting ready for his show at the Sunshine Coliseum, you know.
If that document sees the legal light of day, it's going to put a bit of a damper on the big show. He's a sorry one, that Valent Grammary. Lost out to his partner at work, and in love, too.
Love?
It's the same old story, really. Two disciples and their mentor's only daughter. One has three sides, and all of them pointy. A love triangle. I mean, any triangle.
Gross.
Actually, no the sides aren't pointy. Oh, what do you mean gross?
That is pretty classic. What?
What do you mean gross? Love triangles?
The way he said love triangle?
Oh. Love Triangle's my favorite band.
What is that a reference to?
It's too far to reach, don't worry about it.
Is it Paramore?
No, I was just thinking Love Handle from Phineas and Ferb.
Oh, from Phineas and Ferb? No, that's not. Paramore honestly would have worked too if you think about it, because Paramore is a secret lover.
Fair.
So.
But I don't feel a love
mine was
triangle
the-
anybody's a secret.
Yeah. It's Love Handle, Bobby Fabulous. That's the only person for Love Handle I know, which I think Bobby Fabulous would appreciate.
Yeah.
Because it is all about him at the end of the day. You know?
I mean, I ain't got rhythm, so.
Brushell's the drummer.
Oh yeah, what do you think I'm doing with that toothbrush right now?
Doof. Doof. Doof, 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 doof.
Perfect rhythm. When you're in a performing troupe, that's your world. It's like family. One with an entire high school's worth of drama, intrigue, and backstabbing.
It's like family. Oh, that's Vin Diesel. Family. You know what I'm talking about? The internet joke. Fam. Get it?
I know. Fat, too fast, too furious.
Too fast, too furious. For them streets. Tokyo drifting. To the poles. Tokyo drifting to the poles. That's so funny. In the middle of all this, Thalassa has Trucy. And then she dies.
I know, rude, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of rude. How dare she? How dare she go through the trouble of conceiving an entire human being just to die on accident?
Yeah, I mean, at least my parents died on purpose after conceiving.
No! Brusher, you can't be that nonchalant about this. I need to find out more about this Thalassa and less about this Brusher.
I'll tell you my whole life story.
No, please, you're okay.
So I was on the day I was born, the doctor giving birth to me jumped out the window.
The doctor was giving birth to him?
Yeah, the doctor was my mother.
The doctor was the mother. He's the one all Riddlers are afraid of.
Do we show the locket? Do we show the stamp? I guess it doesn't really
The
matter.
locket, I guess?
Here.
Mr. Brusham. What?
I'm gonna read the line.
Could you hear me burping?
No.
Mr. Brusham, do you know this person?
You mean the person I've just been talking about for an entire conversation?
No, you stupid idiot. Why would I
Do I know that person? Of course I know that person. God, I may be horrifying to look at, but, like, I'm not an idiot. I was friends with Zach, after all. He hit me a few times. 5 times, actually.
That's not that very many times.
But still, I never forget his wife. She hit me 12 times.
Ooh.
But I liked it.
Thalassa Gramarye. Magnifique Gramarye's only daughter. Do you think you could tell me more about her?
No! Well, why the heck not?
Yeah, if somebody's interpersonal relationship involves them hitting each other, you would think 5 times in 7 years would be a low amount, right?
Sure.
Like, it's definitely low enough that he shouldn't expect it. Like, when he was, like, originally, when he was, like, bracing for impact.
Listen, I've experienced more times in less years from somebody, so...
Less times in more years?
More times in less years.
Yeah, but, like, at that point, it's expected.
No, I never thought it would happen more times every time it happened.
Oh, fair enough.
So, Thalassa married Zach and had Trucy, see? It was her second marriage, actually.
You mean she was divorced? I hadn't heard this one before.
I mean, you could say I have some game. But it wasn't me. Not quite. Her late husband was a performer, too.
I was gonna ask, is Brushel Apollo's dad? Because
I mean, I could be. I have many children. Maybe. From the napkins.
I have that Ohio Riz that all the children speak about.
I have that, garbage Riz, as they say. Toilet Riz? Toilet Riz.
Toilet Riz, yeah, the skibbity toilet Riz.
No skibbity, just toilet.
Just toilet Riz. He's got toilet Riz.
Apparently, he died during some gig.
I also read that say he died during childbirth, and I was like trying to process that while we're talking.
It's a soul for a soul. That's Thalassa's like curse. Whatever she conceives, she like the closest immediate person to her has to die when she's giving birth.
D&D mechanics. A paladin could take damage, like certain subclasses. Paladin could take damage for somebody else. Can they do that for something like childbirth? If it's like fatal damage from childbirth,
I would think so.
And they just die.
I would think so.
That's really weird.
I mean, that's a great origin story for your Mayo Genasi. Mayo Genasi.
I mean, then I have to have a living mother, though.
Yeah, a dying star. I thought we established this.
I don't remember this, but okay.
Tragic, really.
Yeah. Also, everything doesn't have to be a Mayo Genasi. I can put more than one character ideas.
Yeah, but it's so funny to make your Mayo Genasi just like all of the things. It's just like this hyper complex character.
Overdeveloped to hack. One day I'm going to use this. You're not going to be the DM though, and I'm going to have to send them like a novel of information.
Yeah, just explaining the lore. Like human father, dying star mother, warlock with his patron weapon being a statue. Like,
but also is a little girl with a charisma-based giant axe.
Yeah. Listen, it'd be great. It'd be great.
Tragic, really. They had only been married 1 year.
I didn't know.
Ah, but she was a beauty. I still carry a portrait photo of her around, you know.
Like, we don't know who she is at this point?
That's not creepy, right? I mean...
That is a little creepy.
I mean, I've never actually met her, but I carry her photo around.
We know who she is! Why do we need why are we...
I've known Trucy since she was a little thing, too.
Like, why are we constantly being reinforced about who she is? We know who she is.
She got the better deal, really. She got you for family after all. I have nobody.
Aw, Brushel, that's nice. What do you mean?
Wish you were my dad. Then you'd be alive. Maybe. Just reminiscing, you know. Velasa has another child besides Trucy, end quote.
What? But Tracy said she was an only child.
Ah, yes. This one she had with her previous husband.
Her previous husband? Her first husband who died during a performance?
Yeah, the paladin. Yep, they had themselves a kid. Another orphan now. That's another one who slipped through the cracks. No idea where they are now.
Celeste had another child? Do you think I could borrow that photo?
Sure, I can be generous on occasion, you know? I have 12 more copies, don't worry.
I won't be needing this locket anymore. Throws it in the garbage. Better return it to Trucy before I forget.
Takes it back out of the garbage.
Yeah,
Wipe some poison off of it.
yeah. Trucy, don't lick this locket under any circumstance.
Well, now I want to lick it.
You're truly my daughter. Go forth with my blessing.
People and events all get tangled together and get bigger and bigger.
Bigger and bigger.
Don't you think?
Sometimes. I was too busy wondering about bigger to listen to what you were saying.
Sometimes you just gotta accept it. You won't be able to untangle at all, I think.
Maybe so, but still. I have to do what I can.
So, you know, you're a little quieter.
Yeah, my mic's a little farther down. Oh. And I have to tell what I find to those who come next.
Next, you say?
I'm not the one who will close the curtains on this little play. Apparently, that's not my role anymore.
Magnifi. I was just wondering what Magnifi would think of all this.
What do you mean?
Haven't you seen it in Trucy? He's got his power.
Do you mean how I can't lie to Trucy?
It was the same with Magnifi. And with his daughter, Velasa.
It's a strange thing. You think it's some grammary gene?
Magnifi told me once, back when Zack married Thalassa. He said Zack had good eyes. But not good like a Grammary's eyes. Not that good.
I wonder if Zack ever played a game of poker with his wife.
I mean, he played a game of poker with his wife at least once, if you know what I mean.
No.
Poker? He definitely does know her.
He definitely knew her. Ugh, that's terrible. Who knows what the Grammarly secret was?
Maybe nobody now that Zack's gone.
Zack Grammarly.
Oh, Cloudfire.
The plot had begun to finally had plot begun to itself reveal.
I guess I'll fix that in post.
Yeah, just like
the background music gonna sound really bad though.
The background music is gonna sound terrible on my line. Flawless. It sprouted from a warp in the Grammarly fabric and grew, swallowing everything.
Is that what the Mason system is?
Thank you. Mason system abusing the power of time travel to just correct a voice actor's line. Wrapping itself around the Grammarly's power.
I mean, if you had the power of time travel, wouldn't it be to just bring one piece of evidence back so you could have slightly more conversation with somebody 7 years ago?
No, I can't say that I would do that. No, it never would have crossed my mind to do that, honestly. To be fair, I don't think I would also do, like, because, like, obviously, slight tangent, I won't take too long, but, like, realistically, like, what power do we have other than the ability to travel through time to enact any kind of major change, you know? When people say that, like, oh, I would go back in time and do X, Y, or Z, it's like, you're just a regular human being. Like, how would you have the capacity to do those things? Like, even if it's like, oh, I'm going to alert people of this catastrophe, I'm like, do you really think they'd believe you? You're just a regular random person that showed up.
You show them something
claiming
from the
you're
future.
from the future, telling them that something's going to happen. It's like, sure, like, what's going to happen is when it happens, they're going to be like, how did you know? Were you part of this?
You'll just be like, look, Lear, I have proof that I'm from the future. Look at this antique watch from 200 years ago.
It's like, that's not how any of this works. Oh, Lord.
Look I brought this rock from the future. That proves it.
That proves it.
See, doesn't it look identical to that rock down there on the ground?
Terrible. Man. A power which passed from Magnifigamma to Talassa to the next generation.
I just like the idea of just bringing the most useless thing possible to try to prove that you're from the future.
Look at this piece of paper. It was signed by the president.
Look at this photograph.
What about it? Well, every time I see it, it makes me laugh, so I always bring it with me.
It is like, look at this little carving of a cat that I brought with me. I made this 10 years from now.
That's so funny. Yeah, like, because you can't, like, really, like, realistically, unless, like, circumstances outside of your control could corroborate your story, even then, right, it'll be hard for you to do, like, grandiose things. So you might as well just do something silly, you know? Like you said, like,
I mean,
arbitrarily win the lottery.
You still might butterfly.
Remember to look into the past lottery winning numbers, you know?
You still might butterfly affect the crap out of things.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like the lottery wouldn't be the right play if you wanted to make a bunch of money. It would be the stock market.
Yeah. You would like see what company
invest in Google
soon that. Yeah.
Invest in Google or Amazon, and you're like set for life. Even though I still have the opinion that there is no way to, like, there's no ethical, like, millionaire you can't, or billionaire, like.
Yeah.
But hey.
Yeah. This is tune in on another day for our political financial ethics podcast that we host. Definitely. Just stay tuned for that. And I would once again need to meet the one who bridged it all together.
I do like, though, that the only thing we actually used from the present day stuff in the past was that nail polish.
Yeah, that's all we needed from the future. It's about nail polish.
I don't feel like they're going to explain at all how we used evidence from the future into the past.
Yeah.
And that's hilarious. That's the one thing that they kind of broke it with. Like, nothing important, just a bottle of nail polish.
It's also to a small child, right? So, like, I guess the suspension of belief with a child is a little bit easier than an adult. So I could see a child believing that you brought that bottle in from the future and not question it, you know?
And we didn't tell her we brought it from the future.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, it's a lot easier to randomly be like, oh yeah, it was this, wasn't it? And the kid would be like, yeah, instead of like, how would you know that? That's such an arbitrary thing for you to know.
Then I think that's the right plan. You need to, if you time travel back and try to warn them of like some massive calamity or something, just tell the nearest like 7-year-old, and there, boom. They believe you.
Yeah. Yeah, a young Bill Gates. It's like, hey,
No, just a random
in
random
300
kid.
years, the power is gonna go away unless you summon this entity from beyond the void of time and space.
That was 1,000
Yeah.
years, but
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to make it more relevant.
yeah. Okay, so
Sports Club.
wait, not. Oh, should we go back instead of going to the Sunshine?
I mean, we
Coliseum?
could go to the Sunshine Coliseum, I guess, but like,
Do you
I
think?
guess
Do you think we have what we
Drew
need?
Studios
For?
said we'd need to talk to Zach again.
Yeah, I think there was a Cyclock there.
Okay, then Sunshine Coliseum. Let's go, Mario.
Magic show. Well, this is a blast from the distant past.
A long time no see, Mr. Valiant.
7 years has it been? Frankly, I didn't think I'd ever see you again.
Actually, I came because there's something I want to ask you.
I've spoken to the press. I've nothing more to say.
I've spoken to a lot of people myself and come to some conclusions. But then I realized I need to hear from you.
I have walked a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known.
Did you know where it went?
No, but it's only me and I walk alone.
Da-da-da.
I've walked a difficult road these past 7 years.
On the city streets?
On the Boulevard of Dreams.
Oh. I've heard stories though that you had somebody that walks beside you though. Your shadow, perhaps?
Okay, I think she's on. Did I just go through the whole song?
Yeah, no, I wanted to. My chat. Sorry. Okay. Because you can perform Magnifique's repertoire?
Do not be deceived.
Mm.
Valiant's skill is the real deal. I do not require my mentor's hand-me-downs.
Sure, Jane.
Or his foot-me-downs. No, it was
what
my...
about his thigh-me-downs?
That's just silly. No,
His foot-me-downs is not silly, but thigh-me-downs are. Thigh-me-down, tie-me-down. You're a magician. Escape tricks are like your bread and butter. It was funny. Your thigh.
Oh, you meant like thigh food. Okay. I like the pad thigh.
Yeah, valid. So clever. You were saying, though.
No, it was my partner who slowed me on my way.
Slowed you? That was the line. It's just so funny. Zach Grammary.
Yeah. His rather well-performed disappearing act 7 years ago was the end. Or so I thought.
Zach Grammary murdered our mentor and fled to escape punishment for his crime. You said something to that effect 7 years ago, didn't you?
I remember it as if it were only yesterday. Yet that was not the way of it in the end. For a while he vanished. The suspicions upon my person never did. His partner Zach vanished to protect him. That's what those thieving magpies of a press said.
I had no idea.
Yet that very same press comes to me now, feigning interest. They cover the greatest magic show in history as if it were a vaudevillian distraction.
Nice SAT word.
Vaudevillian?
Yeah.
I feel like I wouldn't see that word in the SAT. They had really ridiculous... No, I'm thinking the GRE. Never mind. SAT, sure.
Yeah,
sure,
it's not a GRE word.
GRE word, I swear half of them were just Dr. Seuss words, and I was like, what the heck?
Yeah. No, I remember taking the GRE and being like, what? Like I particularly like to think that my lexicon is pretty like extensive, but yeah, some of those words are just like
No, those GRE words are words you never use ever. Like I was
Yeah.
like, I'd never heard of most of them. But
Yeah.
no, the GRE I kind of bombed the English section.
Yeah.
Or the
well,
writing
now
side.
most places don't even require you to take it anymore.
Yeah, no, I took it because I almost went into linguistics,
Yeah.
and my advisor recommended, based on my grades, that I apply for I think it was Yale.
Yeah.
And I had high enough. I had enough GPA for it, but I didn't have a high enough GRE, so I did not get accepted. So
Yeah. No, that's fair. Could you imagine though if you had gotten into Yale?
Oh.
Like how different your life would have
we
been?
wouldn't have met, for one.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Like that would have been such a wildly different life trajectory. Would you even be streaming right now? Probably not.
I mean, there wasn't any outside person I met in my trajectory that's influenced me deciding to stream. It was just me kind of getting into the idea of like originally it was Mario Maker that I streamed for a little while.
Yeah.
So Mario Maker 1.
Yeah.
And
I just figured you'd probably be too busy with your hoity-toity rich person job that you got for going to Yale.
I watched Ace Attorney with an actual lawyer. It's a person with a lawyer and a full-time law job that streams. Like,
Yeah.
professionals
Oh.
stream, like, professional, like, academics and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's, like, I watch a YouTuber that's a PhD professor who just, like, does memes about being a teacher on
Like,
the internet.
one of my streaming friends, not super close, but, like, I know them and have done some collab stuff with them. Mostly, like, some podcasts, or some podcasts. But they're a marine biologist.
Yeah, I remember
like,
them. And
yeah.
then also you have the shout out to Madalena. She literally has a PhD.
Yeah,
And-
she's a gaming historian. She has a history PhD,
Yeah.
specializing in
And
games.
she streams fishing games.
Yeah, listen, people have the, but the marine biologist one, they actually incorporate like their knowledge base into their streaming stuff a lot,
Yeah.
including I know they probably already have. They're really excited to stream the new Endless Ocean.
Yeah.
They loved the previous ones, but yeah. So like, yeah. I don't know if it's impossible for me to know whether it would have affected whether I went into streaming or not. So, but I might not have stuck with it, to be honest, because having a person to stream with did affect me wanting to continue.
Aw.
Like, the two things were that and finding a streaming community. If I were just by myself streaming, I don't think I would have kept it very long. And I think that's important for people that want to get into streaming. That
Yeah, you gotta have a community.
Yeah, don't do it expecting that you're just gonna make it on your own. You probably won't, and you won't get much fulfillment. Do it for community. Do it for friends you have and friends you make.
Exactly. It's very unfulfilling if you're just like streaming into a void.
Yeah. I think that's true for most content creation. I think a lot of it comes down to having other people who do that stuff. So,
Yeah.
anyways.
Well, that was a bit that got very serious, but I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Sometimes it has to. I don't know. Maybe somebody needed to hear that.
I know. Yeah. Listen, somebody's gonna watch this, and literally, like you said, it's gonna be like a very pivotal moment for them. That's very powerful.
Yeah. And here must I stand, smiling at them all. What am I, if not a player in some fiendish farce? I pronounce it. Fiendish farce. It's hard to say.
Might I suggest it's because you never made it clear what happened? Magnifie's death is still a mystery to this day. Which is why I came here to get answers from you. Psycho locks.
Well, I'm going to lock
only
my
two.
psych now.
I knew I'd be seeing these sooner or later.
The audience has no business stepping upon the stage. They must be content to sit and stare at the spotlight.
That sounds an awful lot like something I'd heard 7 years ago.
Do you think we can do this one?
We might as well try.
Okay.
If you want to pop a save real quick, just in case.
The Cyclops only exist during this Mason system part of the game, and I feel like there's a comparable amount of Cyclops in this game as to the previous Ace Attorney games.
Yeah, like literally
Except for they're
every
all
single
here.
person has some Cyclops.
Almost everyone here does, yeah.
Yeah.
And usually Cyclops were a thing that maybe 3 max in a case.
Yeah.
But
And
some
like I
cases
get
just
it,
one.
right? Like metaphysically speaking, Cyclops are just Phoenix's metaphysical powers allowing him to see when somebody's trying to hide information from him.
Yeah.
So like realistically, you and I could have Cyclops for irrelevant reasons. Like right now, it's like, oh, I don't want to tell you that, I had 3 scoops of ice cream for dinner today.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
Like,
I don't
got
want
Cyclops.
to. I don't want to tell you that my lunch was a tuna and bean pre-made meal from HelloFresh that just
Yum.
came in a can.
Yeah, but like exactly, and then you would have Cyclops about that. And
It was.
it's like-
It was.
so-
It wasn't yum. It was all right. It was food. It was sustenance, and that's
It
about
was.
it.
It was sustenance.
I was like, okay, this isn't gross, but this also isn't like good. This is just.
Yeah, it'd be gross for me because I don't like seafood of any kind. But
I didn't taste the tuna much. It just was kind of a blend of. Kind of. I want to. I almost said like dull or blunt flavors, but that's not the right descriptor for food or flavor. But like.
it was just plain.
I don't look. There's
energy.
seasonings. It definitely had seasonings, but like.
Yeah.
I can't tell you what any of those seasonings were.
No, I love it. Like you're describing it so perfectly by being so vague about it. Like it really is like explaining it perfectly to me. Like I get it.
Never in my life I more felt like I described something as sustenance. That's what it was.
No, that's 100% so valid.
I was like, would I get this? I guess I'd eat it again for. Well, I have another can of it for tomorrow. But like,
Yeah.
I was like, would I get this again? Maybe if it's cheap, it's an easy meal, takes 0 prep work, but
Yeah.
it's also nothing I'd like look forward to eating. So.
Yeah, it's literally just food. It's lowercase food.
But like, healthy. It was.
Oh, yeah.
It was beans and tuna. It was healthy
Yeah.
food. It was a healthy meal. But like,
Yeah. I mean, some people are on those kicks. They'll like literally just have Soylent all like every single day as their only meal.
I can't stand the people that meal prep and it's just unflavored cooked chicken and rice. And I'm like, what are you?
Ugh.
No seasonings. I'm just like, what are you doing?
No,
Why do you do
please.
this?
Like that? Yeah. Well, like I wouldn't be able to eat it. Like I would start eating it, and it would immediately.
This was better
Like,
than
I'd
that.
probably get like a
It had
couple of
seasonings.
bites in, and then I'd have to stop. Like it's like this doesn't taste like anything. Like it is more effort for me to eat this than it is for me to like want to continue doing it.
I can handle consuming plain rice without anything in it. I'm not gonna love it, but I can. And I don't think the unseasoned chicken, that just plain chicken, that I could really eat much of.
Yeah.
But okay, so
Anyway, let's try breaking this psycho lock.
gonna try breaking your locks, old man.
How many times do we have to break your psycho locks, old man?
Well, twice apparently. Ask what you will,
I love the children.
you'll get nothing from me.
I'm as much a part of this affair as you are now.
We are not having an affair.
I have to know what happened.
For 7 long years, I have endured. Now finally, the curtain lifts on my new golden age. My favorite Game Boy Advance RPG series.
Golden Age?
Yeah, Golden Age. And Golden Age, the second one, Golden Age Lost Sun.
Is that the one where you play as a dwarf with an axe?
No.
It's a side scroller beat 'em up, like Battletoads.
That wouldn't be an RPG.
What was that game? I
Golden,
bring it up
Golden
all the
Sun?
time. No, the one I'm talking about. There's like a really tall woman with a bow.
Are you talking Golden Axe?
Yeah, that's what you said. You said Golden Age.
I could have gone that direction with it too, sure.
Yeah, I thought I literally thought you said Golden, the name of the game. I didn't realize you said Golden Age.
And no, because he said new Golden Age.
Yeah, well, Age and Axe are literally one letter apart.
Yeah. I wouldn't say they like rhyme, but they're one letter apart.
Yeah.
But no, I went the Golden Sun route because
Golden Sun.
The second one is Golden Sun: The Lost Age, so I was able to be like the Lost Sun.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
All the miracles of our troop within my grasp,
Firmly grasp it.
and the infinite power, itty bitty living space.
I can see him. I can see him being a genie.
I can see him being Jafar.
Jafar coded. But right now, I need answers. I think I'll start by dropping a bomb. That should shake things up. Valent, I wouldn't be so sure about those miracles. Not as long as I have this.
Crime scene photo.
Is it the transferal of rights? That's a pretty big bomb. All the miracles of his troop.
Sure, I guess. Yeah. And what might that be? I see it bears the Grammary seal.
I should have brought this up to your attention sooner. But I didn't imagine you'd be planning your comeback quite so fast.
What is this?
A document showing that you're recipient of the performance rights to Magnifie's Miracles.
What? Zach Grammary. He wrote this? What? He passed everything to his daughter?
Lucy Enigmar. Actually, she's officially my daughter these days.
I need to kill her! Oh shit, did I say that out loud?
But
Preposterous, Zach is gone, vanished into the void.
This is a genuine article. Zach is alive. Zach was alive when he wrote this. Both myself and the notary can testify to this.
Whoa!
Oh, he only has one bunny this time.
The other one died of old age.
And only one dove as well.
Same there. This bunny and this dove are over 8 years old.
Dang.
Why? Why does fate toy with me so? I also don't know the lifespan of rabbits or doves, so I don't know how that joke lands.
Yeah, it might be accurate.
Why must my life be lived in thrall to the dead? Isn't that like a D&D spell?
A thrall to the dead.
I think I'm thinking
Call of the Dead.
I think I'm thinking
maybe.
Toll the Dead.
You're not the only one with that problem.
But he shot Magnifie. Yes, it was Zach. It was. And then he left, and my career as a magician fell into darkness.
Do you think there might be some way out of it? Did you think there was some way out of it? Say, if you could prove Zach Grammary shot Magnifie? Was that why you testified?
Yes, my way out. It should have been my way out.
Well, it might not be too late, Mr. Valent. All you need is a way to prove your case. Who really killed Magnifie Grammary?
The amazing
we
Mr.
have him?
Hat.
The amazing Mr. Hat killed him. Keep going. Keep going. Magnifuse diary, stage pistol. Second letter, no. First letter, no. Small syringe, no. Chart, no. Baby report, no. No. I guess we don't have it then, right? Like, none of this indicates who actually killed him. I may not have enough evidence right now to pull this off. Maybe it's time to do a little more lab work.
Okay, I guess we gotta go do the other Cyclock.
The one with more locks was first.
Borscht Bull Club.
Yum yum yum.
Uh,
You know, this entire time since we've been playing this game, I have not had borscht.
you know, this entire time that I've been alive, I have not had borscht.
Yeah, but I've been talking about wanting to have borscht every time we go to the Borscht Bowl Club, and then I never end up making borscht.
You should make it, and I could try it finally.
Yeah. Listen, we just gotta talk to Shady's family and see if I'm allowed to use their kitchen, and then I'll just make borscht for us next time.
I mean,
we
I'm
hang out.
sure you are allowed to. You probably should ask to anyways, like, so they know you're using it, but I'm sure you're allowed to.
Yeah. I have to know more about this power of Trucy's, so she can see right into people's minds. First time I saw her do it, it blew me.
Me?
That's what he said. That's what he said. I'm just quoting it. And after you were done having your mind blown, you took up to play cards with you. Gotta use the resources at hand, I always say. Yet I myself has no such power. But Trucy does. Why is that? Maybe Trucy got her power from her mother? Thalassa Gramarine? I will not speak of that. Thalassa is officially missing, correct? I think I know why you don't want to talk about her.
If she was hot?
Oh no, she's hot.
Uh,
Why wouldn't he want to talk about her?
why did this move?
Because he thinks he shot her?
That's the only thing I guess that makes sense is the stamp. We don't have the locket anymore.
Yeah, I guess the pistol because he thinks he shot her?
The pistol?
Or the stamp because he thinks... Because they were in the troop together? And he shot her? The three of you were a team once. Not that the entire country doesn't already know this. At your peak, you were the biggest stars around. Yet, there's another story behind the fame, one that not many know. Thalassa lost her life during a rehearsal to you and Valent Grammary's bullets. It was an accident. It wasn't me. You give me a second.
Sure.
Yeah, I gotta be right back. Give me a second.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, inheritance is be right backing. Being right back while inheritance is stepping away. Give a quick reminder, we have one more stream this week at Thursday at 5 p.m. We will be continuing the or hope that we should be finishing the Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask randomizer. And next week's schedule isn't up yet because I haven't put June's schedule up yet. But what it should be is Tuesday at 5 p.m. we should be finishing this, assuming we don't finish this tonight, which it looks like we're not, and maybe starting the next Ace Attorney game, depending on time. And then Thursday next week, we will be starting up Monster Sanctuary, where we're going to be doing a randomized Nuzlocke run. So next week's a couple new stuff, probably. And additionally, I'm not going to be streaming it, but on Monday at around 10:30 p.m., I will be doing I will be on another stream, on the Mario Party Madness stream, over at Clark's Madness, where I'm going to be participating in their duel night. We're going to be doing Mario Party duels, and I'm going to be competing in one of them. It should take about 45 minutes, I think we set the time for. Or less, depending on how quickly one of us wins. So, definitely tune in for that if you're interested over at Clark's Madness. I will share the link when the time comes. I just noticed the bot's not doing its thing. Welcome back.
I don't have my headphones on yet, so I can't hear you.
I wonder why the bot's
How
not
could
doing.
I shoot my dear Thalassa? Ooh. Did he just like he just became he needed to do his performance of that? That
I guess.
was a Broadway performance. I'm sure Valent would say the same thing. Why, it's just like another murder I might mention. Damn you! Her eyes. I love the lass's eyes.
Is that why you took them?
Oh! I didn't even think about it. Yeah, like she's blind now.
I didn't
To
mean like
think
that.
They could read my mind was frightening. What?
I didn't mean like that.
I mean, but you're right though. He did
guess.
take her eyes if he's the one that shot her.
I've met like AI Somnian files, like literally taking the eyes, but
Like Douglas Lombardi.
he didn't do it. It was that crazy the Yakuza guy.
Yeah, that was Douglas Lombardi.
No, Douglas Lombardi. They were a teammate. That was Rohan. Rohan was the Yakuza guy. Also, Doug Lombardi was the main character. Wasn't the one that did the murders, but
yeah, but like what a spoilers for AI Somnia Files. But like so the name that the main character has the entire game was just like a fake name, right? It wasn't like wasn't that nobody's real name.
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to verify. I forgot that for a second. Yet there was a warmth in them that felt like an embrace. She's dead, and Magnifique Gramarye has joined her. So the other one with her power left now is Trucy? Mr. Zack? I do not know. I don't need any power to see through that one, buddy. So there's someone else, someone other than Trucy. Someone who inherited the Lasso's power. Ha! Ha! How would I know? My chances are slim. It would take a miracle to learn the truth. Or maybe one has already occurred.
Did a miracle happen?
There is someone else with the power, and I know who. My sweet, four-headed boy.
Oh, Spark Brushel?
No!
Look at that forehead.
Get him out of my face! We're just supposed to go on a limb, right, and assume, like, the game... Like, I pieced it together, but, like, is the game expecting me to just, like, throw out wild accusations, as I tend to do?
I don't think it's wild. I think it's 30-plus hours of Apollo doing precisely what Trucy's supposed to be able to do.
Yeah.
But better.
He engorges slightly when somebody has a nervous tick.
I don't think it's a wild accusation. It's just not entirely spelled out right before.
Yeah. But yeah, it's Apollo. This boy. His name is, I forget, something weird. Why would he not know?
This is before the first case, so it's not like Phoenix has met Apollo yet, really, I don't think.
Oh, fair enough. So this is like future past for him to know Apollo. Who could he be? An attorney. Attorney?
Also, this is probably rough then for if you have been shipping Apollo and Trucy.
God, yeah, that would be bad. That would be very bad.
Shipping the 22-year-old and the 15-year-old.
Well, that was bad. That would be bad in and of itself. But definitely all them Phoenix Maya shippers, right?
Yeah, Phoenix Maya though, it was. I mean, she was 17 at least in the first one, 18 by the second one.
Yeah,
you could go a little of that could be grooming though.
Well, I'm saying all the defense attorney assistant shippers would have defaulted to try to ship these two immediately.
Yeah. Maybe.
But luckily for us, we know the truth between Reiji and Mitsurugi.
It's the defense prosecutor.
Yeah, their love knows no bounds, no boundaries. I noticed them when I went to visit a friend's law office. So, what are we to make of this, oh great ex-attorney? You can show me pictures of strange boys all you like. Please don't.
I was gonna make
but you could at least say something like, this boy could use a laugh. Perhaps you wouldn't laugh if you knew the facts. This not might be 100% proof, but it's close. There's a link between this boy and Thalassa. Actually, it's more of a ring. A ring? Perhaps this will refresh your memory? I just happen to have evidence showing this missing link. Is it the picture that she has two bracelets?
That?
Is it that picture to show that she has two bracelets? So Trucy has one.
Does Trucy have a bracelet?
I don't know. I think Trucy gives Apollo a bracelet at the beginning.
No, he had the bracelet already before he even met her in the first case.
Oh, okay, then yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't show here if she has the bracelet.
Yeah, could you imagine? I mean, most games do. They have, like, if you click on the portrait, it gives you the full body, but yeah.
Full 3D model that you can, like, rotate and pose.
Yeah, actually. Didn't AI Sonya Files do that?
No, the closest there is when you beat the game, the musical.
Oh, yeah, the dance. Actually, I know something. Your marriage to Thalassa was her second. How did you know this? Her first husband, he died a year after they were wed, yes? He was a performer. Oh, he was a performer. They met when he joined Dusk Grammaries as a guest in our show. After Thalassa wed him, she left the troupe for a while. And you say she had a child then? I have a photograph of her here. That's enough proof that she had another child? What? I couldn't help but notice what she was wearing.
Well, no, the proof is she has two bracelets. That means she has two children.
Yeah, that's how it works. Those bracelets stand out. They are a Grammary family heirloom. This boy wears a bracelet just like the ones in the picture. What? So, that's why. Why what, Mr. Zack? I took this photograph of Thalassa before she left us. When she returned, she wore only one bracelet.
Every time she gives birth, she has to give away a bracelet.
She has to give away a bracelet. That's the rule.
That's why she died after the second one. She didn't have any more to give.
Yeah, she didn't have any more bracelets. It was her. It was her pact. She gave it to this boy, her son. Oh, that's a 2-for-1. That's a 2-for-1. That's a twofer.
I never get what's the point of having multiple that break at once. Like,
yeah, I mean, I guess vaguely just to make you feel like it's harder, but it's actually, it was such a big reveal that like it broke all. I don't know, man.
Outside of the one instance in the original trilogy where you show a single thing and it breaks all 5 immediately, which was a Windy Oldbag thing, and that was hilarious. But
that was very good.
That was outside of something like that where it's intentionally like, "Hi, you think this is gonna be a hard one," but like a fake out. Outside of that, I don't see the point of having multiple break at once. It feels like it's arbitrarily trying to make it so you just don't know how long it's gonna be.
Yeah, so you have to you come back to it way later in your exploration and then you basically arbitrarily makes you feel like you don't have enough pieces, which in turn makes it so you don't have enough pieces to do the other ones.
I guess, but yeah, also just that you don't know you're that close to. You think you still have a lot more of the conversation to go because you still have 2 left, and all of a sudden they both break and you're just done.
Yeah. Okay, either way, this strange power, I myself do not know from where it comes. Yet the fact is that it is passed down the Granbury line. It runs in their veins. What is it? I asked her, Thalassa once. This is what she told me. Her power responds to tension in others. Tension?
Tension a go-go, baby.
I was waiting. I was waiting for the Beautiful Joe reference.
I missed that game.
I mean, that game exists. You could literally play it right now if you wanted.
I'm waiting for the achievements. Soon.
Oh, fair enough. Soon. If she were to face a person and they became dense, even slightly.
But if Capcom wants to remaster the 2 games, listen, I'll get them again. I'll get them. I'll show my support. I wanted that series back.
The only Beautiful Joe I've played is the one in a demo that came with the GameCube for some other game.
Oh no, it was I had that demo disc that had 4 different games on it.
Yeah.
It was.
I don't know where I got that demo disc. I'll be honest. Was it like a GameStop exclusive or something?
I think they were just giving them out. Maybe at GameStop, but I think they were just free.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were giving them out at GameStop or something. I vaguely recall that.
Maybe. I don't know. It was the only one that they just straight up gave out. And I think it had a Soul Calibur 2 demo on it.
Oh, I played that all the time.
It had Billy Hatcher demo on it.
Oh, yeah. That made me get Billy Hatcher, actually.
Yeah, Billy Hatcher was another great one.
I was going to say, out of all the games that were in that demo, I think Billy Hatcher might be the only one I actually got.
I think there was one that was Splinter Cell or something on it too. A stealth game, and I didn't like that one.
Yeah.
And there was a 5th game.
And then she would know, no matter how hard they tried to hide it from her. So she could see it. Not quite. This is the strangest part of it all. She wouldn't realize she was subconsciously detecting this tension. Without the use of a particular object, or in her case, objects. Objects? Wait, were they something she wore? Yes, her bracelets. I admit, the first time I saw one of those, I felt there was just more to it than just fashion.
I feel like this song in particular is being loud.
It was Sonic DX, Billy Hatcher,
Sonic
Beautiful Joe, Splinter Cell, and Soul Calibur 2.
Sonic DX is the one I was forgetting. I'm surprised I like got 4 out of 5 off of memory.
I know. And then if you had the
Like-
Game Boy attachment, you could download WarioWare Inc. and
yeah.
Dr. Mario.
Yeah, I played the
your
Warrior
Game Boy.
one a lot. I remember so explicitly because it was the first ever time I could own demos. And so I played all the demos a bunch, so...
It's honestly not that expensive online if somebody wanted to buy a copy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for collector purposes it might be cool to have, but like... GameCube had some cool things like that. Like the Pokemon Coliseum pre-order that was like a disc that gave you Jirachis.
Oh, the Jirachi, you're right. It wasn't just it was Jirachi.
And by far the best thing was the Wind Waker pre-order bonus. That was the disc that had Zelda 1, Zelda
Master
2,
Quest?
Ocarina of
Yeah.
Time Master Quest, and Majora's Mask. That was the best pre-order bonus in history. You cannot argue.
Yeah, no,
you
I
can't
had
argue
it.
with me otherwise.
Yeah, I had it. I completely agree. Like the fact that there was a pre-order bonus and not a game that you had to buy separate was insane.
Yeah, that would be a thing that nowadays Nintendo would charge $60 for, and I can't even see them putting all 4 on one game.
Oh yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like they would put it in multiple online things, and then you could buy them all for like $90 in a collector thing.
Yeah. It blows my mind that was ever a thing. That was the best, and you could have pre-ordered the game for $5, then just take your $5 back and not gotten Wind Waker if you wanted, and still because that was not when you got the game. It was when you placed your pre-order.
Yeah, this was before in the era where you would get the pre-order bonus when you place the order, not when you receive the product.
Yeah, it was so wild to me. Like, I actually think, as much as I love Wind Waker, I actually think I like the pre-order bonus even more than Wind Waker. So,
yeah, I get it. But what kind of power could a bracelet have? I've made a decision. I will tell you all I know. Consider it a gift. Well, I hardly need you to tell me at this point, but those two...
I'm gonna say, yeah, give us one last gift before you die.
Brother and sister, yes. And the brother, too, has this power of this. So, Trucy has an older brother. I wonder what will come of that. Mr. Wright. Tonight, after our game is done, I will return to a life of hiding. I will not see her live her life without knowing. I understand. I'll tell the two of them when the time is right. I am in your debt once again. No kidding. What I want to know is how... Oh, sorry. What I want to know is how all this got to be so messed up. Also, question.
Yeah.
Slight spoiler, but I'd need to know right now.
Yeah.
Does Phoenix ever tell them that they're related?
No spoiler. I don't remember off the top of my head.
I was gonna say, or are they doomed to never know because Phoenix arbitrarily decided that it wasn't the right time?
I mean, he should tell them eventually,
so-
because I would worry about a Luke Skywalker situation.
I know, right? Like that's so on brand for Phoenix to just forget. Like Apollo and Trucy are like at the pew. They're about to get married. Like, does anybody have any objections? And then Phoenix just like, oh shoot, I forgot.
Objection.
Yeah, technically, to objection. Yeah.
Plays
so about that-
suddenly plays the music, the corner to music. Apollo and Trucy are related. Well, the priest is like, do you have any proof of this? Yes. Shows document.
Well, yeah, he takes out a document that he had all this time.
Edgeworth stands up. Hold it! How can we know that this document isn't forged? Edgeworth, why are you trying to stop it? You know they're related. I'm sorry, it's habit.
Yeah, it's like, Edgeworth, I told you I was going to tell them at the wedding. Like, back at home before we got finished getting dressed to get over there.
That'd be awful
Like,
to ahead of time to be like, oh wait, I'm gonna tell them, but I'll wait till the wedding.
Listen, it's so on brand for Phoenix. It's so on brand.
Edward's just like, I wasn't listening. If I'd heard you say that, I would have been like, no, tell them this instant.
Yeah. Yeah. And Edward is just so done with him. Oh, I love it. Those bracelets are made out of a special alloy. It's said to expand and shrink very slightly in response to body warmth. So they're temperature sensitive or something? Yes.
So he wasn't swelling, it was shrinking.
That's fair.
Because gets hotter, I guess. Or
He got
colder?
slightly, yeah.
I assume hotter. Colder doesn't make as much sense.
No, cold metal shrinks when it's cold and expands when it's hot.
Oh, but why would he get colder when he notices somebody is...
Yeah, I don't
kind of
know.
something.
But like I did run an experiment. We don't have to get into it. But yeah, usually when you realize something, I'm being very vague just because I don't want to dox myself because this is an actual experiment I ran for scientific reasons at a university. So there's documentation. But when you realize something, you do react with an exothermic reaction. You do.
But
warm
usually you
up.
get hotter, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
exothermic. Yeah.
Generally,
Yeah,
a
like you-
body's reactions to anything, any stimuli, would usually to be heat up, not cool down.
Yeah, exactly. So
So-
yes, but like weirdly enough, metal is the opposite. Metal shrinks when
Yeah.
it's cold and expands when it's hot. So yeah, I mean, it clearly must be a special alloy because it runs counter to the concept of metal and it just elements in general.
I guess I'd sooner believe that the metal behaves the opposite of most metals than I would believe that they get colder
Apollo.
when somebody's lying.
Yeah, Apollo's biology runs opposite to like the entire human species. This is how they can shrink to the exact size of their wearer's wrist. And this has something to do with their power? What have I told you? The Grammarly power reacts to tension in others. When a Grammarly senses tensions, they too become tense. And this tension translates into minute contractions of the muscles. So minute they cannot sense it on their own. Their muscles. Oh, so that's what the bracelets are for. With the bracelet on, one can sense these contractions.
Okay, so no, it is their arm changing size. It's just saying that the
alloy is shrinks to fit tightly the exact circumference of the wearer's wrist.
based off of which is ridiculous. That is the most ridiculous part of this, in my opinion. Somehow,
Yeah, because then how would you ever remove it?
like somehow I find that more ridiculous than they're getting tense because other people are getting tense.
Yeah, no, it's like permanently grafted onto you once you put it on. That's why Thalassa had to die. She cut off her arms just to be able to get the bracelets off of her. Because the bracelets is always a perfect fit. So when the person they're watching gets tense, the bracelet feels tighter on the wrist. Precisely. But that alone doesn't really count as mind reading. Oh, but that alone doesn't really count as mind reading. I believe I understand how the process works from there. It's a simple question of eyesight. Eyesight? I guess that sounds simple enough.
So does that mean that Lamaror can't do it because she's blind, so she can't see people getting tense?
Well, she doesn't have bracelets anymore either to
Well, yeah,
sense
but
it.
she wouldn't be able to do it anyways.
Yeah, even if she had the bracelets on, yeah. Have you ever heard of kinetic vision?
This is like Zero Escape crap. What do you mean kinetic vision?
Have you ever heard of Punyarimpa? Something about the ability to see moving objects with full clarity, right? I've heard of it before. They say athletes can see a moving ball like it was stopped if they focus. Oh, but it's not confined to sports alone. Don't realize in the ability to focus. When we focus, we can see many things. The faintest twitch of the face and the meaning that lies behind it. Nani? Therein lies one of the secrets of magic.
Wait, but that's not kinetic. That's not kinetic vision. You're saying kinetic vision is moving stuff. They're not moving. The faintest. That's not moving.
Yeah, it's just like you twitched. Like technically it's moving, but like it's not like moving enough that kinetic vision would be relevant.
Not for the thing he just described. No.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like seeing a ball like as if it's not moving is different than seeing somebody twitch.
Right now, this feels like budget Zero Escape. Let's go on a tangent that's supposed to be connected, but it doesn't quite fit correctly.
Yeah, could you imagine Zero Escape? Have you ever heard of the concept of a logical fallacy? It's like, oh yeah, you know, when things are true sometimes. Exactly. It's like, what does that have to do with anything? One must know the mind of a crowd before one may distract it. So basically, what you're saying is the Grammarys can see really well? For them, seeing is more than believing. It is knowing. Their power relies on eyesight combined with exceptional focus. Things are starting to come into focus for me, too.
So they're saying that being able to focus to a minute level is genetic?
That's what they're saying. Of course, it is difficult to maintain such levels of focus for any length of time. But what if someone could tell you when to focus? Or something. Precisely. But wait, Trucy doesn't have any bracelets. You were talking about Polka, yes? The timing of when to focus is so elementary, she probably does it without thinking. I doubt Trucy herself has realized this. That's all I know of things Grammary. Thank you, Mr. Zack. If this boy's bracelet's a real thing, then you will use it before long.
I already forgot what it's called, but I really want that thing on the plate right now.
Borscht?
No, on the plate.
Oh,
the meat pie thing.
The meat pie thing, yeah.
Is it pierogi or something?
Paroshki, maybe. Thereby awakening his power. I would look it up, but I don't know how to write in Cyrillic.
Don't look it up. You have lines. I have none.
I'll keep that in mind. Oh, wow. You got it in one. Literally, that was perfectly it.
It's a pierogi? Ah, see? I know food.
You do know food. It's the Eastern European baked or fried yeast leavened boat-shaped buns with a variety of fillings.
Yeah.
Wow, look at you, buddy.
Listen, I looked it up once back when we did the first case of this game. 2 months ago.
Have you ever heard of kinetic memory? That's why you remember it, because you saw it moving in the background.
No, I saw food and I was like, what is that food? I am very food motivated.
Have you ever heard of gastronomic memory? Well, shall we play a game? I've said so much. Let me say one thing. One more thing. I will tell you of that night. That night. The night my mentor, Magnifique Grammary, passed from this world to the next. There were 2 pistols and 2 letters sent. This was Magnifique's test.
But there was actually a 3rd pistol he was hiding, and his daughter came in and shot it.
A test? In his last years, Magnifique Grammary worked us to the bone. No, to the pain. That night, I could not shoot him. So I shot the clown's forehead instead.
Yeah. We know this.
This, it seems, was the correct answer. You voiced him?
Oh, yeah. Take this. I give my art to you, Zack.
What?
It is thanks for playing along with my show. You shot well enough You shot well tonight, Zach.
Well enough.
You shot well enough tonight, Zach.
You shot well enough. It's not what I would have wanted, but I guess.
Though I would not have minded dying by your hand.
How could I shoot you? You're my mentor.
Bah, I thought you might say that.
If I went home without shooting anything, what would you have done then?
Then, of course, I would have given Valant his chance.
Did I have shot you in the forehead instead?
Then it would be over. Nobody gets it. Fuck you all. If you or Valant were to shoot me in the head, then I to the darkness would go, and my art with me. A fitting end, don't you think?
Ah,
Yet this ending, too, gives me no cause for regret. I thank you, Zach. You have gotten the good ending, but not the golden one. And I am sorry, I have done much that was wrong in my day. And by my day, I mean today, when I blackmailed you for the death of my daughter.
seems to me that Magnify wanted you to be a successor all along. That's why he gave you an earlier. That's why he gave you the time he gave you was earlier than Valance. Perhaps, but it's not something we'll ever know for sure now. I wonder, what is Valent up to these days? Waiting for you to die? 7 years pass like this, the performance rights go to him. Ah. And now here I am, and his dream is ended. It's worse than that, actually. Public opinion is a fickle thing, you know. What? You don't mean to tell me they've put the blame for our mentor's death on him? The trial ended when you vanished, Mr. Zack. There were even rumors that Valent had helped you pull it off. But that's madness! Well, seems that before I can once again disappear from this world, I have one more act to perform. Isn't it odd that sorting out my life should prove so complicated? Even though I'm dead. Livewire. That night, Zack Gramery was killed. He died as Shady Smith, a mysterious traveler with a secret past. But he left one thing before... But he left one thing behind before he parted. That's like Mason system glitching.
Well, it's not like you're rewinding.
Yeah. His confession, to use as I saw fit. Of course, he'd killed no one. To whom it may concern. To whom it may concern. It's a great way to start a letter. Great job so far. 7 years past, I, Zach Gramery, murdered my mentor. I apologize for the total cost of my sudden departure from this court. I hereby confess to my crime. Zach Gramery. This was his way of tying up loose ends with his old partner, Valent Gramery.
Are they saying no? Neither of them murdered him? Huh.
I think Zach doesn't. I think that Valent would have done it. Either.
But you think Valent did?
I'm not so sure anymore. I think he might have. I think he was like a little soft, like a little scared of the blackmail. So now we have. Oh, we gotta do it all over from the beginning. Okay.
Yeah, that's how these work. But I'll skip the text. At least till we get to where we were. Oh, I didn't mean to press the...
Oh, you goobed it! You goobed it!
Not like this. Not like this!
Back to menu. You can't even back to menu. Feel bad. You're gonna have to back out. No, just gotta wait until you.
I gotta. Yeah. Ow!
Back out.
Let me out! Let me out!
How does it feel?
I didn't mean to click it. I meant to.
How
I
does
don't
it
remember what I meant to
feel?
do at this point.
Yeah, I forgot to be honest.
I hit the wrong button, but I don't know what button I was trying to press now because of the trauma of it all.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I need to show you the.
Chat JV!
I'm choking.
JV.
I'm choking under the pressure.
You're choking. Mom spaghetti. I made goulash for dinner today.
That sounds good.
Could you have vomit on your sweater already? Your friend's goulash? It doesn't have quite the same rhyme system. I will be honest though, the goulash was very under-seasoned because I made it for my dad's palate, and he's at the point where he thinks salt is spicy.
Okay, I meant to press.
It's the rights. It's the rights. It's the rights.
It's the
It's
rights.
the rights.
Okay,
Yeah,
we
the
did this one
transfer
before.
rights.
I had meant
I
to press
remember
X
now.
to see history because I was trying to remember what he wanted.
Yeah.
Oh. Who really killed Magnifi Grammary? Now the confession.
Yes, Zach totally did.
Whatever makes you feel good, bud.
I believe I have an answer to your prayers right here. Zach Grammary, one more thing before passing on.
But this is a confession.
In which he admits to the killing of Magnifi Grammary. See? All according to your plan.
All reported to Keikaku.
Keikaku is my favorite.
Keikaku means plan.
Ah, damn. Damn. You're so right. You're so right.
Your favorite, yeah, Kotaku.
No, it's funnier. It's funnier that you stopped me. Because I was trying to say that it was my favorite, but then you interrupt me by saying what Keikaku means, thereby nullifying my bit of what I was going to say Keikaku was. You know what I mean? So it worked. It worked.
Sure.
It was a good bit. It was a good bit.
I am a magician by trade. Deception is my life's work. I fool the audience, give them a fleeting dream. Yet it seems the tables have turned. Now I am the audience, believing the deceptions I have wrought upon myself.
Zach wrote this right in front of me. After I explained your situation to him.
Elika ZOMG!
Alaka's OMG. That's my favorite.
You did that once before, too.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's my favorite of the ones you've done so far.
I was kind of hoping for a new one.
Alaka.
Elika
No,
LMAO! Elika LOL! It means lots of love.
He would think LOL means lots of love.
You do know that this confession is nothing but lies. I killed him.
Yes,
Oh,
it's my
shit.
opinion that Zach Grammary killed no one.
Then you must be thinking the truth is a simple matter of elimination. Two received instructions to kill, but if one is innocent, then the one who remains is guilty.
That would be the logical conclusion, yes.
So he vanished to protect me, his partner. Ah ha 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 ha. A stirring tale, 'tis true.
Did you shoot Magnifi Grammary in the forehead?
If I had, and I told you, what would you do? Run to the police, perchance? Do as you will. There is nothing left for me now. It is true, after all. I have little talent. I needed my mentor, Magnifi's repertoire. It was as if a little demon grabbed hold of me. There is a little devil inside of me.
I knew it. So Valiant Grammary didn't kill the great Magnifi.
Ah ha 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 ha. So sorry, Mr. Wright. But it was not I who shot my mentor.
What? If it wasn't you, then who was it? There wasn't another disciple, was there?
Another disciple, such as?
I don't know. Knack and talent Grammary, maybe?
Your wild fancies couldn't be further from the truth. Only Zack and Valent received those threatening letters. But there was another.
Oh, Zack and Valent, Knack and talent?
Yeah, you didn't. Okay.
I didn't get it. Well, because I know that having a knack in something and being talented in something are like things. But I didn't realize that's what Zack and Valent were a pun of.
Yeah. One more person could have fired that pistol that night. I mean, I didn't realize until immediately after when he said there's only Zack and Valent. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't suppose you figured it out by now.
If it wasn't Zack or Valent who shot Magnifi, then it had to be the only other person at the scene, which means...
Wait. No. Wait. No.
Wait. No. Wait. No.
I was thinking... But Brushroll was at the scene. I was like, wait, no, he wasn't at that scene. And I was like, wait, maybe he was at that scene? And I was like, no, he couldn't have been at that scene.
But... maybe. No. But... maybe.
Trucy.
You don't mean...
Yes, the great Magnifi Grammary himself. I don't buy that, but okay.
Yeah, like I don't think you can shoot yourself in the forehead and then lay the pistol down
At that clean angle, but then put it down on the table.
Angle. Yeah.
Also, no, like, with how close it is, no, like burns or anything from the heat.
Yeah, there's no burns. I mean, no blood. But again, I think that's for our benefit, right? Keep the rating down.
I don't know. I guess maybe it is, but I also... Fine, if the game is... I don't think it was a good writing point, but sure.
I don't think it was a good writing point at all, either. So Magnifi Grammary committed suicide?
You find it hard to believe?
To be honest, I hadn't even imagined it as a possibility.
When I arrived that night, the old man was still alive. He made a note. It said huge success. It's hard to overstate his satisfaction. He appeared to be asleep. I could not shoot him. But when I turned and made to leave the room, the old man called out to me.
So you spoke with Magnifi Grammary?
Yes, and this is why I knew what he had done. Magnifi transferred the rights to his repertoire to my partner Zack Grammary, not me.
I see.
Then I
guess I owe you an apology. I always thought you were the one who did it.
You owe me no apology.
Hmm?
My crime was, in a way, more serious than that of murder. I mean, try to pin it on Zack, which kind of probably is worse. Because he was dead either way. So...
Yeah. What? Your crime? Is Valent Grammary confessing something to me? What could be more serious than murder? I stole from my mom's purse.
You see, I knew that 2 letters had been sent. There are no secrets between partners. It was easy to find out. I had the password to his email.
It was 1, 2, 3, 4.
It was password 1. That was when I understood Magnifi's plan.
You wanted to die by one of your hands.
Little did I expect it had anything to do with the rights to his repertoire. That was when I heard it. The little demon whispering inside my heart.
The little demon.
Let me confess, I had intended to shoot Magnifi. And I planned on framing my partner for the crime.
What?
Wait. Okay, are you saying the thing worse than murder is the plan to commit murder that you didn't do? Because that I disagree.
Yeah.
That night, I prepared something before going to Magnifi's hospital room. Although I guess there could be an argument that premeditated attempted murder might be worse than...
Blackmail?
No, moment of passion murder or whatever. Like,
yeah. The heat of passion?
Than, like, planning to kill somebody and then not going through it. I could see an argument of that being worse than killing somebody in the moment.
Yeah.
I could see an argument. I'm not saying I think that it's worse.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, in a hypothetical space where we're just talking about it for argumentative reasons, I would agree with you.
Because intention's pretty bad.
Yeah. Like, if you intend to murder someone, that's like if you intend to murder me, and you decide not to, that's still like you intended to murder me. Like, you planned it out. Like, I would definitely be more. My thoughts of you as a person would definitely shift. Even if you were like, well, I didn't do it. I'm like, yeah, but you still planned it out. Whereas, like, if you, for some reason, you know, we got into an argument and you ended up killing me, obviously I'd be dead. But, like, it's like, well, yeah, we were arguing and I don't know, sometimes, you know, things get out of hand. Like, I don't know, you know, like, it's like the intent wasn't to do that, you know? So, like, I think in a hypothetical situation, you know, we're not lawyers, don't listen to us, but in a hypothetical situation, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Like, premeditative, planned it out.
Yeah, and I'm not, and again, as somebody who's not a lawyer, I wouldn't be surprised if the crime for the punishment for premeditated attempted murder is higher than a, like, what would the other be? Like manslaughter? No, I guess it's like third degree.
It's the lightest sentence for murder. Yeah.
Like killing somebody in the not premeditated.
Yeah. No, it's objective. Like, I know this. I'm not a lawyer, but I do know this. Yeah. Manslaughter is a lesser sentence than premeditative.
Premeditated attempted.
Premeditated.
No, that's what I'm talking
premeditated.
About. Like a premeditated
attempt.
Just
saying just the attempt.
But it was premeditated.
Yeah, the premeditated attempt of failing versus manslaughter and succeeding.
Yeah.
I don't know that. You're right. I don't know that.
I don't know that, but I wouldn't be surprised if the premeditated is more. Because there's...
Yeah.
It's a pretty big deal if it's premeditated.
Yeah, for sure. Which was...
IV fluid, of course. I'd seen it on an earlier visit. If Zach did not shoot, I would do the deed. Then I would use the IV liquid to place the murder on his hands. That was my plan.
But you didn't shoot him.
I could not. The demon in my heart fled when the moment came, but then Magnifi called me back. I'm sorry, Valent. I'm giving my magic to Zach, not you. You still lack the draw he has. Please help him if you can.
Why wouldn't he just give them both the rights? Like, that, I don't understand. Like, it's their rights. Like, you can split rights between two.
Yeah, but if
people.
It's split, then like both have to agree to all uses, and I think you just want to pass it on to one thing. Once you split it, it's hard then, because then they have, like, the rights might never belong to one person again.
Yeah, which, I mean,
he wants
I don't know.
He wants a successor, so.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because also then, if you split the rights, since they both have to agree to all uses, there's a chance that they could just be gone because they can't come to an agreement, and then nobody's doing it.
Yeah. Well, it's like one of those things where it's like in real life, these situations like this would just be managed by an estate, right? So the estate will have the rights.
Yeah, I'd compare it. I'd compare it to video games where the two studios work together and then the rights got split between them, and some games like that never get a re-release because
Yeah.
the
No, for
two
sure,
parties
100%.
can't agree. And so I think
Alright,
it's
cool name.
kind of like that. Hey, they're
Talk
cool
about the
name.
rights to the magic.
Magic rights.
Yeah.
I left the room and then I stopped. The shock I had just been told consumed me. That is when I heard that fateful gunshot.
Magnifique Gramarye killing himself.
Then the demon awoke anew within me. Zack killed him. He was the one. What?
That's so funny that the demon within him, it's like, Zack killed him. It's like, no, objectively wrong, demon.
Frame him and the magic will be yours.
I prefer an angle to the devil.
I altered the scene of his suicide. I took the pistol from his hand, wiped off the prints. Then I used the syringe to add the IV liquid I'd brought. Okay, given though that he requested to be shot and killed, I do think framing Zack is indeed, even if he didn't kill him, is indeed a worse crime than fulfilling the requested assisted suicide.
Yeah.
In this situation, at least morally. I don't know legally about it, but like,
Yeah, we're not lawyers. But yeah, I think morally, yes, you're correct. Like, assisting somebody in their suicide is morally less reprehensible than
framing
somebody for murder.
Yeah. Because either way, what's his name? Magnifi was dead. Like, either way. Either whether he got helped to be killed or just killed himself.
Yeah.
But, like,
yeah.
Zack had no reason to be framed.
Yeah. It's just, like, at that point, we're just arguing, like, the ethics of managing your own death, right? And, like, whether having control of that is a right that you get, and then that becomes political. So let's not get there. So in the end, things happen pretty much as planned. Magnifi died, and you framed Zack for his murder.
As planned, indeed. Of course, the outcome was somewhat different than I had anticipated. Well, what do you think? Do you believe my story? Can it be believed truly?
That was 7 years ago. I don't know what to believe, but
Yes?
I'm glad I heard it from you, Mr. Valent. Thank you.
It is I who should be thanking you, Mr. Wright. Only when I had lost everything could I make my decision.
You're going to turn yourself in?
My partner may have vanished, but not so my guilt. And as my guilt stays, all else begins to leave me. My friends, my performance rights, my magic. I've had enough of vanishing acts.
I understand.
I thought my life was ruled by a dead man. But I find I was wrong. For Zack Gramarye was alive.
Well, not anymore.
And now it occurs to me, what if he was not the only one who survived?
What do you mean?
You see, now that I think about it, I realize that we never saw proof of her demise. We never saw her body.
Whoa! Her?
The mind races and the mouth flaps on. My apologies, forget this matter. I can only hope that the day will come when I again meet my partner, Zack Gramarye. Are you hoping to die? Or do you think he's still alive? Then I shall apologize for my terrible mistake. I am glad we had this chance to talk. Thank you.
Zack Gramarye, Shady Smith. Whichever name you prefer. He's no longer with us.
What about Shady Enigmar?
Nope. The truth revealed in that trial was only a sliver, and that impenetrable darkness that remained had taken another life. I knew what I'd have to do to push back the darkness for good, and it would involve paying that man a visit. That man.
So do you think we have time to do the last lock, or?
Yeah, we might as well, even if we go a little over.
Yeah, then we'll stop there and have the last bit next week.
You think that we're going to be done next week if we do this last cycle lock?
Absolutely.
Mm.
I think there's a chance we might even be starting the next game next week.
Oh, fun.
Sorry, sir. Prisoner Christoph Gavin is currently occupied.
I see. Do you know when he'll be finished?
Well.
Could you go find out?
Certainly, sir. Please wait here a moment.
My apologies to the guard. But there's something I need to see. Check the envelope. Check the envelope. There it is. The yellow envelope. And the sender is Drew Misham. I was right.
Arrived at the studio, Mr. Misham was at his desk. He seemed to be writing a letter. He quickly sealed the envelope. Sorry. It was a yellow envelope. I heard it was left at the crime scene.
If this is the last letter that Drew Misham wrote, then there's something I need to do. The last thing I need to do, in fact. Remove the stamp. Here goes.
Say David?
David.
Kristan?
Chris. Yeah.
424
Frank
Apple
Chrysler?
Sit.
Yeah, 14th Apple Street.
It looks like sit. I see an eye. Apple sit.
Something Springs, California.
Morning Springs, California.
96012. I'm gonna look it up and see if it's around.
I'm gonna call the number.
It's not a number.
I'm gonna dial that address.
424 Apple Street, Morning Springs, California, 96012. Oh, Blazing Springs, California.
Okay. Like, are you gonna find a spoiler doing this?
Oh no, I just wanted to see if it was a real place. It's not too. But how many more spoilers can there be? The game ends in like less than an hour.
There's 2 more games.
This letter's gonna be relevant in the next 2 games?
You never know.
I guess so. Well, let's see if this at the grinding screen finds anything. Spray the stamp. Spray the stamp. Spray the stamp. It's full of etherquinine. So this was Drew Misham's messenger of death. It was the stamp, all right. No mistaking it. And his last letter was sent to Christoph Gavin. The interview request came like you said it would, and they're looking into the case. I swear on my life I won't tell them about it, so please release the spell you've put on my daughter. I'll write this letter with a report. Gotcha. Finally, decisive evidence. What's this? A burglar in jail? Gavin! I didn't know you moonlighted in larceny, right?
I mean, it's not larceny, but it is a federal offense. But like, also, is it towards somebody who's in jail? I don't know. Because you also, have forfeited rights.
Theoretically, Phoenix could get because they have to read your letters before they send them, and this envelope is theoretically evidence for a murder trial that's going on right now. so he could request it because it's from the person who was murdered. Like it's pretty,
Yeah,
like,
but to prove it, he would have to have it, and then he wouldn't have legally gotten it to get the proof that it was relevant. So.
Well, yeah, but he could theoretically be like, "Hey, I went to visit Christoph Gavin and saw that the letter was addressed to him by Drew Misham, because most letters you need to have an addressee on the top."
It did not, though. It had no return
I'm
address.
saying in real life, right?
You don't need a return address.
Oh, you don't? I thought you did.
No. If you have no return address, then they can't deliver it, it just will never get sent back to you either. But you don't need a return address.
Does it get thrown away? Do you know?
Probably.
Fair enough.
I doubt they could open.
I read this line.
I don't think they're legally allowed to open it, so it would probably just get like shredded or burned.
Gavin, there's something I have to ask you. Can I steal your stuff? The answer's no. My apologies, but there's not much I care to discuss. Fear Misham hasn't received a verdict yet.
Still, I don't feel like could he press charges while he's incarcerated that somebody read his mail that has to be screened anyways? Like, yeah. I don't know. Maybe he can, because maybe it's that.
You follow me,
Phoenix doesn't have a right to read it. I don't know.
Yeah. There are no known survivors of ether-quinine poisoning. But it never hurts to hope. Okay, I'll believe you now then. Right, wait. Yeah, Gavin? Would you mind leaving that letter? It's private. Oh, sorry. Forgot I had it. Many thanks.
But Sayclock!
Boobies. I guess it's not relevant. His hat was the camera all along? His hat was the camera?
Is that pin supposed to be a camera?
I think that's the implication. That's why we have that footage. Is because he was wearing that dumb hat the entire game.
Was he wearing that 7 years ago in those other scenes?
Well, I don't know how they got it 7 years ago. Because, like, I don't know how they got that. But, like, this time, right? Like, it zoomed out from the pin. I think it was supposed to be the hat.
Maybe it's just his memories. Maybe they just, like, uploaded his memories into the Mason system.
Oh, fair enough. We've now seen all the clues in this case.
2025, what Mind Link or whatever. What the heck's that?
I don't even want to acknowledge it on the internet. Continue. Clues I gathered over 7 long years. Now, it is time. Every story has an ending. We've come to the final chapter, the final trial. Find the truth. You're the only ones who can.
We're the only ones who can.
We're the only ones who can.
Wow.
That was anticlimactic.
That magical, weird-looking Cyclock, and we don't get to break it.
What is that, like canon, or could we have tried to break it?
Probably could have tried, but I don't think it was possible to break it. Like
we didn't have anything.
Yeah.